I can get sounds to work. Can you hear me now?
Yep.
Well, I can hear myself and the players can hear me, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I
Yep.
can hear you fine.
And can the players talk in chat? Let's see.
Yep.
Somebody say something.
Hello. Something.
I'm not hearing the players. Hello?
Testes, testes. 1, 2, 3. All good. Engorgio, hello.
Hmm. That is probably the problem.
What,
Everything's working now.
Engorgio?
No, everything's working now. I was talking to you guys and I couldn't hear nothing. That's because I had all the wrong buttons turned on, off. Everything seems okay now, right? Well, it's Tuesday, July 14th, and this is Call from the Deep. Morbania, thanks for the subscription. 13 months. Wow. I've known you that long? Jeez.
Longer than that. That's
I
when
know.
we really. I think that's probably about the birth of the Heroes Wanted thing, maybe.
Yeah, probably. I think we've been rolling for at least 2.5 years now. Um,
Mhm.
and how was everyone's week? Did everyone survive? Everyone's here. Everyone's ready. A little recap. Last week, you guys were on a boat. You were on a boat, and I think you guys were heading west, right? You're heading toward Roaring Shore.
East.
East. After you just pillaged a underwater Merfolk city of its pearls,
Hey, listen, there's no pillaging.
and
There was
and
no
kicked the
pillaging.
current non-paying rent tenant to the curb, right? Gave her to the
She was squatting.
yeah. The squatter got booted, no longer squatting, and probably left a good fortune of pearls down there unprotected. If you think about it, how many did you guys get in like an hour?
I don't know,
Couple
but
hundred.
our pockets are like clown pockets that
Yeah,
way out here, you know.
yeah. Everyone got a pearl necklace last week in Gorgio. They all got a pearl necklace. Some of them are a pink pearl necklace too. I don't know what that's from. Probably should get checked out if you get pink pearls. Something's not right. Anyways, so you guys got on the voyage and you started heading towards Roaring Shore. And if you remember, the reason you're heading towards Roaring Shore is somebody gave you a rumor of a mind flyer at the Broken Goblet in Roaring Shore. And you guys know that Roaring Shore is a known pirate hangout. There is no question in your mind if pirates go there or not. If you're not a pirate, you don't go there. That's really the way it works. Um, and so you guys decided to do the drive-by diving, I think, right? You're gonna send Voyage down south a little ways to hide and maybe find a small cove or something to hide in, and then you guys were gonna uh,
Frogman in.
frogman in because you guys are underwater demolition experts. Dun 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 dun. So as you guys get close to the coast, let me pull up the old Sword Coast map, show you where you're at.
Gorgio is saying to change your stream scene, Drake.
Yeah, let me change that now that I have something to show. There we go. All right, thanks,
It's gonna be a
Gorgio.
really,
So you
really
guys
big
are
show.
really big show. You guys are on the coast north of Baldur's Gate, and you're heading towards Roaring Shore. Now, if you can see, Roaring Shore, if you zoom in a little, is a little harbor. It doesn't sit right on the coast. You kind of got to go down into a little harbor area first, like a port. I don't know, but it's nestled in a small deepwater cove on the coast. It's about a third of the way south from the mouth of the winding water towards the city of Baldur's Gate. It's a notorious pirate hold, a reputation of which has spread far and up and down the length of the Sword Coast. It's a dangerous place. So you guys, everybody got rested. Everybody's got their stuff situated because you're getting off the voyage. So either you got it on your sheet or it's on the boat. So you guys, and the voyage is going to continue down this way somewhere. How far, is there any instructions for the crew? For Captain Graysail? Like if we don't return in a week, just leave us? Like anything like that?
Uh,
She's like,
If we don't
when do I count you dead?
return in a week, wait longer
Yes, but how long should we wait?
till we come back.
I understand. You don't think she's going to wait till you come back. I understand we'll need provisions in 10 days. So,
well,
20 days,
how's
right?
this?
That's probably about how many provisions are left, right?
What is close? Baldur's Gate. What if she sailed for Baldur's Gate?
Well,
What would
your
that
next
take? No, that's too long.
destination was going to be the Lantern north of there, so I mean, it's only a half a day or 2 day, 1 full day travel from where they're going to be down here.
Right. So we know that we got 20 days worth of rations on the ship.
Yeah, they're going to wait around for 20 days if you guys don't return. They're going to sail off. I don't think that's going to be the case. I mean, but
Nah.
for realism, you guys are
3 days.
like swimming up into unknown areas, but you guys just killed a vampire. I mean, you're baller. You guys got cojoneses. Cojoneses. All right, so you guys jump in the water. Everybody's got like breathing underwater shit and everything, right? You don't have to activate nothing or put a ring on. Nope, everybody's just got it. Prepared.
Well,
All right. So as you guys start down this little harbor, it's kind of rocky and stony on the sides as you start in, and you can tell that they've added debris like boulders and rocks and stuff in here to maintain the path because it's kind of tall. Like the mountains go up here a little bit as you guys kind of sail in, and you can. The first thing you guys all notice. Are you guys underwater completely? Are you above on the surface, or how deep are you diving? It is pretty deep here. I would say right here in the mouth, it's probably 40 feet deep, and it's pretty clear down through there. So you can see some bigger fish, big old grouper and those kind of fish milling about. Every now and then you might see a shark or something, but nothing that seems to be guarded currently, like fish guards. I don't know. Dogfish guards. I don't know. And the water is definitely getting warmer as you go. You can feel that. And you guys make your way down, and up ahead, who's in the front? It's pretty wide in here. You guys could probably all be in a nice little row. Are you racing each other? Is there any competition? Who's the
Wouldn't
fastest?
Krell be flying?
Crow can't fly underwater. He could be above water
it's
flying.
more of a glide.
He's got the manta ray, right? Though, right? I guess it does look like you're flying, right? The things probably you got your wings under it and just kind of.
And manta wings, yeah.
Yeah. Actually, your fly speed and your swim speed's the same, isn't it? Oh no, you got to fly at 50.
Fly a 50, swim of 60.
Yeah, so you're slower in the air. That's kind of messed up. It's a slow bird, like a penguin.
It's magic.
like a ping when you're slow on the land, in the air.
Yeah, my walk's only 25s.
All right, as you guys start, and it starts to get a little bit shallower, up ahead you can see some debris in the water. Like it looks like fresher debris, and above it you see the bottom of two vessels, and they appear to have ran into each other. And they're taking up almost the full width of the harbor, all the way across. They're kind of
looks
somehow
like a
they
blockade.
sailed into each other. You don't know.
So they're not chained in place, or that? I mean, I figure they're just blocking the harbor.
You do see anchors. Yep, there are anchors down.
Is there debris in the water like they've collided?
Yeah, there is debris in the water. Do you guys go and examine the debris? Like get closer to it? You don't really have. I mean, it's kind of
Yeah.
a little bit out of your way. It's like kind of down there. You're like swimming.
Does it look like they're taking on water?
If you examine the debris, it appears to be deck debris, like stuff from the deck that's down here, not part of the ship's structure. So, I mean, it could be some belaying pins, some rigging, that kind of stuff, but nothing structural. So you don't think the ships are taking on water or they've collided. But there's definitely debris from the deck. So something's taken place on the deck. And these are, decent sized sailing ships, they're You guys going to go
Should
examine
Krell-
the ships or keep going?
Should Krell take a overhead view, see what's going on?
I can.
Is it wide enough here for them to have both passed each other?
Yeah, it's wide enough for them to pass each other, but you don't know how. I mean, it's not quite wide enough for them to run into each other, face to face. Unless they were like ramming each other or it was done intentionally.
Well, guys, if this is a blockade, we don't want to just like swim underneath it and then pop up in the harbor and be like, "We're here, guys," because they might just try to kill us.
There may be something magical or something in that space too to affect somebody who swims through it.
Yeah.
So based on the water
Could be a booby
marks
trap.
and
It's a
stuff,
booby
can
trap.
we tell how old this is?
The debris? Is that what you're asking? How old the debris is? You're breaking up a little, Sven. Like
No,
A
it's
lot.
something sitting in water. Something sitting in water. You can tell how long it's been in there.
Oh, you mean like the barnacles and the ship? Well, I mean, these ships could be not maintained and been sitting in the water a long time. But the debris that you examined on the floor
the
is
salt lines and stuff.
fresh. It's pretty fresh debris. It hasn't been down here long at all.
And
There's not
there
even
are
barnacles on it yet.
there are no sailors swimming underneath there looking for hull damage.
No, you don't
I
even
think there's
you don't even hear any like bumps and thumps from the ships. That you normally would hear. People moving around, dropping a winch. That sound. You can hear those minute sounds when you're this close. You're only like 20 feet from the bottom of the ships, So, I mean, you're right there. Because the hole is down in the water, at least, 8 feet or so on
Right.
those bigger ships.
Mr. Agus might be right. It might be better to go ashore south of the city and walk in.
It's daytime, so, I mean, you can't really, see if there's lights and stuff on by looking up. You guys are actually in the dim light right now, and everything else is bright light because you're in the water.
Yeah, I say, well, either we go to, back south just a little and go to shore and walk in, or send somebody up to scout and check out what's actually going on up there.
How about we just swim up underneath the bow?
What do you have? Quimby? Oh, you have Quimby out. Yeah, Quimby.
And
Quimby can go
surface
look a little bit, but
and just listen and see if we can hear voices or anything.
what, like surface under the ship and kind of right at the edge and listen on
Yeah.
the bottom and. Everybody give
Like it.
me a investigation check. All right, so Scuzzer, you get a feeling of there's something not alive on that ship. Like, I don't know, I want to say you can smell it, but
Undead?
yeah, the taste in the water, you're like, I tasted this water like this with undead in it before, and it has a foul taste.
Yeah, they are one of my favorite enemies.
Yeah. So you're like, you think there's undead on that ship, or there has been undead on that ship. You know what I mean? But
Yeah, I'll
all
let
of you guys don't hear any movement other than a clanging of a rigging or something up top. So you don't hear voices or sea shanties selling or drunk sailors or someone cooking or nothing like that.
I'll
So you
let
guys
everybody
wanna
know that there was either zombies are there or there were there or some kind of undead on this ship.
do you guys surface and take a look?
I'm thinking more along the lines of taking crowbars and prying some of the planks off of them and sinking them.
Oh God, you're talking a long kind of ordeal then.
What if I swam back downriver a little ways, popped out, flew over, and kind of did a flying scout, and then come back and
Coco!
Well, I would say you could do a quick circle around and be back in 10 minutes.
Yeah.
What do you guys want to do for 10 minutes? 10 minute, 10 minute. Anything? Think about it
Krell's,
for a minute and I'll go to
Under
Krell and
underwater what do you call it? Acrobatics, the ballet, water
I
ballet.
got a pair of dice.
Synchronized swimming.
Synchronized swimming there.
you guys are just
Krell,
going
do
to so you're pretty much just going to sit on the bottom and do jack as he's doing all the hard work flying around.
Well,
All right.
I think we'd still keep checking out underneath the boats, making sure nothing else is. See if we can hear any movement inside, down by the rudders.
and I was going to see if Krell wanted some backup since I've got my broom with me. I can also fly.
yeah,
What's your movement underwater? 30?
Mine 30, yeah.
Yeah, he's waiting on you. He's like, come on. As you guys are swimming back out, he's like,
Yeah, I don't know
Look.
how the guy who lives underwater has the slowest swim speed, but
I don't know.
No, I've only
Okay.
got 32.
not
But you
magically
don't need,
enhanced.
you don't have a cloak of the manta ray like the other two boys do. You guys make your way back out, and you kind of get up onto the rocky shore and kind of brush some of the water off so you can, get your wings dry and shake your broom out. And
Shake the tail feathers.
as you're looking back, you can now make out it kind of curves a little in here, and you're not quite all the way around the curve leaving, and you can make out most of the two ships now, and they appear to be dual mast sailing ships. They both have the Hail Hydra. Um,
The
What's
Kraken.
no, not the Kraken. Oh shit, my brain just went blank. The
Arcane
other-
Brotherhood.
No, the pirates. Uh,
Black Armada.
the Black Armada. Yes.
Black
Yes.
Armada.
5 experience points. Thank you very much. I'm gonna start awarding experience points like they do on Whose Line Is It Anyways? Like they give points. The points don't really matter for nothing, but they just give them out. Because we're on milestone. So 5 experience points for everybody. Good job. All right. So when you look back, you can tell that the decks of the ships, there has been fire. The sails have been charred. The mast is kind of burnt. And as you take flight and you kind of get up a little higher, I'm going to say you guys are going to kind of fly way over the top of the ship and look down. Yeah, you can see it looks like probably magical fire. Something flashed. Fireball, burning hand, something quick, flashy, but a lot of it on both ships. And it's definitely damage from the east side. So the Jefferson side. Not from the ocean side, but from the harbor side. The east side.
And they're both the ships show the same thing.
Yeah. Yep. Both appear to have taken the similar burns. So what are you guys gonna kind of the canal or the path? It leads maybe another quarter of a mile, kind of bends back to the left, and from your height you can see that it opens up, and there's a town up on the top of the hill. It's like down in the low part is the water, and then you can tell that the town has been built up on top of these mountainous hills area. But you can't quite see down in there yet. You're still heading there. So are you guys
Do we-
going to get even higher, or are you going to stay like at the top of the... It's kind of tall in here, right? The canal cuts through 60, 70 feet deep channel through the earth. And, the sails and masts, it's kind of like sailing into an underground cavern, but it has a roof, the sky's open, but it's, tall, 60 feet tall, both sides. Most of the way rocky and tapered. So do you guys want to get
Oh,
way
it's a lot
above
higher.
that?
Oh yeah.
So from a decent height that you don't think you're going to be noticed, good ways up, 400 feet up, you guys do a little perimeter check. And looking down on top of the hill, there's an old keep on the top of the hill that looks like it's been here for a long time. It's overgrown with vines. And there's not much left of the walls and stuff, but you can tell at some point it was a stone keep. And on the other side of that area, there's a town. And around the town, you can see some kind of perimeter has been set up around the town, connecting buildings to buildings. Looks like it may be made out of logs and ropes or something. You can't, you're kind of up there looking down. But you can definitely see that it encircles the whole town. And then the beach is down 60, 80 feet down at the bottom. There's a beach and 3 docks. There's one big ship at the docks, and then there's a whole shit ton of like jolly boats all over the place, 10 or 15 jolly boats. And in the harbor, you can see 2 masts sticking up out of the water. One of them with a Black Armada flag that's just kind of flapping on the water a little bit as the wind blows. There's lots of fire and smoke currently, kind of obscuring there's like a mid-level, there's like the dock level, then the town, and then the mid-level, there's like a fire down there, and it's smoking and burning and making a bunch of smoke. So you can't quite make out what's going on that area from where you're at. It's pretty smoky. Both of you guys give me a perception check. All right, Krell, you through the smoke and on that second level, you make out a humanoid creature kind of milling about for a brief second. Like, was that a girl or a guy? You know, was that, I think, you know, is that an elf or a human? You know, it was so quick. Looked dirty, you know, that kind of. But you both, when you circle around, see, because you're kind of getting a little bit lower, you know, you kind of. And as you circle back around, you see that the town, there are archers on top of all the buildings. Like these are like houses, right? Kind of thatch kind of roof, you know, built from materials around this island. And there's archers on top of it. They don't look like they're in guard towers or stuff like that. They're just on top of their houses. And you do see there's several people around some kind of makeshift gate on the south side of town. Like the way the road leads into the town would be a rough gate. And you can see people milling about inside that perimeter. If you guys get much lower, you think you could get spotted by the archers.
Should we head back and report what we saw, Crow?
Yeah, I think so.
I don't think there's much else for us to do.
The one ship that's
but
still there, does that have Black Armada?
oh, the one that's docked? Yeah, you guys would have seen that that is definitely a Black Armada ship. You think they all are, you know, it's just maybe one of them's missing just to throw the players off. All right, so you guys get back to the rest of the party. What do you blah 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 blah?
So I want to I want to ask Krell and Stagemus if the archers, were they uniformed archers? Did they have uniforms, or were they like people just protecting the town?
They were not in uniform for sure. And they did look like they were protecting the town, and they did look like they were people.
So they were in a defensive stance, and they were commoners protecting their homes, I guess.
Well, they don't know if they're common or they could be, you know, 20th level fighters not wearing any armor. I mean,
Right.
They're the enemies of our enemy, though.
you don't
Sounds
know.
like it.
They don't have a skull over their head that's bobbing in an exclamation mark, right? I mean,
So do we, the whole time that they were gone and we were swimming around down around the hulls of these boats, did we hear any movement or any noises from the inside?
maybe an odd squeak here and there, but nothing.
Nothing indicating something was on
Nothing
the boat.
indicating at all that anything's in there. And if there is, they're not moving, or they're all sleeping.
Right.
You didn't even hear any snoring.
So guys, I guess we could either get on the boats and check them out, or go to shore and see what's happening. And they were protecting that gate, so I don't know if coming up to that gate would help us.
Well, the Black Armada is on this side of the gate trying to get into the city, the way I understand it. Is that right? Is that correct?
That's what it sounded like.
Okay. So, how many people were there at the gate? Was there like 5 ship crews, or is there 100 people, or
6 to 8 at the gate, guarding the gate, you know, at the gate, doing the gate stuff. And then there's a dozen or more buildings with archers on top of them. There seems to have been 2 large structures. One might have been some kind of offices or, mayor's house or something that looked more official. And then there was definitely a place that looks like an inn or a tavern. There's a sign hanging out, but they couldn't make out the name of it from 200 feet up or whatever, Doing a
So basically, the town is being besieged by the Black Armada. That's what it sounds like.
except you haven't seen not a soul moving outside the town.
So all the ships that we flew over appeared empty.
Correct.
And they taste of undead, according to Sketcher.
And aren't they? I mean, the ships are blocking entrance. How can other ships get in? There was these 2 ships that were blocking the entrance.
Yeah, and they
So
look like
whatever's in there
and they
can't
look
get
like
out.
they've been wedged to really block up the entrance. So if somebody came ramming, they would have to, try to push 2 ships, and they've been anchored down to the ground.
Wedged trying to keep ships out, or wedged trying to keep ships in?
I was thinking the same
Wedged to
thing.
trying to keep ships out.
Okay, so do we climb aboard these ships, pour oil on them, and burn them? Or do we... Which direction is the tide going, in or out?
The tide is going out. But
Or
just recently.
we just cut... Okay, good. So it's just turned and it's... So
Mhm.
all we have to do is cut the anchor ropes and let them drift out. Or not the anchor... the anchor chains. Go up and attach the anchor chains from the...
Yeah, you think
winch.
you think you guys could get the anchors unhooked or cut or whatever, and these things, if they don't wedge up, against the rocks and stuff, because they get
Oh, I
bigger
can
as they
move them.
go,
If I
then
need
they
to, I
they
can
would
move 'em.
probably drift out. And
Should we go up and try to talk to the people in the town first? Because what if they put these ships here on purpose after fighting off an attack, and then they wedged these ships in the harbor to prevent further attacks?
That's what I was thinking too.
So if we
They
go
might have
up,
been placed there on purpose.
yeah, maybe we can go up and try talking to them and find out what's going on.
oh, you definitely think those ships were placed there on purpose, but you don't know by who.
By who?
Right. By who?
I mean, do you guys examine the ships closer? I mean, right now all you've seen is the hull of the ship and flying over it at, 200 feet. So
And what was it that we were looking for in the city?
a mine
There's a-
flare
Squid head.
is supposed to be in a tavern up there.
I
Named
don't
the
have a problem with
broken
checking
the
out the
broken
ships first.
goblet. So maybe that's the broken goblet up there.
Yeah, I don't have a problem checking out the ships either.
Okay, so written on the sides of the 2 ships facing the west side says "Do not enter," painted, and it is paint of some sort, tarish kind of, stuff you would fix the ship up with. So it's not that obvious unless you get right up on it what it says. From 50 feet away, it's just like barely make it out because it's a tar colored ship and they painted it with tar. It's not like pink paint on a white screen. It's black on brown.
Yeah, okay.
So it says, do not enter. It's painted on it. And so you guys kind of look up there and look around. You don't see anybody. You kind of circle around the other side, and that side's been blasted. looks like from just examining, from looking from the water up to the side of the ship, it at least got hit by 1 or 2 fireballs and some other fire spells. Maybe even lightning. You're not sure, or not lightning, but yeah, lightning. I was gonna say electrical, but definitely lightning.
Are there any ropes to climb aboard?
Yeah, it's an easy climb. You wouldn't even have to roll to get up there. You can just climb up the. I mean, Have you ever climbed up a rope? Well, of course you're a Marine. You climbed up a rope ladder. It's not easy, but it's doable.
It's fun.
Yeah, it's like you gotta get your arms and hands doing the right thing, or you're using way too much arms. All right, so who's climbing up? Everybody? Same ship, same
Scuzzer's
place,
ready to board.
all together as a team.
Yep.
All right.
Sure.
So you climb up on one of them. The Pithany is her name, and she is flying the Black Armada colors. And there isn't a soul left on board, but there definitely was a fight here. There is more blood than you guys leave all over the decks. Been here at least 2 days, so it's still tacky, and bugs are being attracted to the. But you don't see any bodies, and you don't see. I mean, every now and then you might find a piece of an ear or a finger, maybe toes, a foot, but nothing significant as far as body parts go. Yeah, or bodies. Same on both ships.
Do any of the small body parts that we found have bite marks on them?
No, most of them have been either cut or slashed.
I'm going to use my survival skill. Do I see any drag marks anywhere? Where the bodies were drug anywhere?
Yeah, roll me a tracking. Let's see what your survival says. You think some of these injured, bloody combatants drug themselves off the ship heading east. Or they were drug. But with a 21, you probably can tell that they weren't drug. They drug themselves.
And I'll point that out.
So
to
they
the rest of them.
abandoned ship.
No, 2 ships of undead, and they attacked the town. That's what I see.
Yeah.
That's what I hear in the story.
Yeah.
We encountered one ship of undead before. That was
What
skeletons.
But do undead bleed that much?
Well, perhaps
they
they
don't
were
have
alive.
pumping
till,
hearts.
Who's our undead expert?
Somebody.
Caesar?
God, yeah.
Scuzzer?
So
Scuzzer?
I'm thinking what
Give me a
Squall's thinking
survival.
is they were alive. I got a
Give me
+7
some
on
of
that
your
roll that one.
undead survival. Nice. Well, you also rolled at 21, same as. Damn, you got a +7. That's pretty nice. Pretty nice.
Right.
So, if these are undead, then the blood that they put out means they probably haven't been undead very long.
So they were killed and then raised.
Or they
drugged.
got killed and turned into undead.
Yeah, that's what Squall was thinking. It's the same lines I was thinking.
You're kind of mixed feelings on the answer to that from looking at this. So it's one. You don't think it's one or the other. You actually think it could be both.
The next step's going to town, guys.
Well, you guys can see it's kind of over that way, a little bit.
I want to check inside like the captain's quarters. Does it look like
I
it's
didn't.
been pillaged?
It looks like, yeah, it's been quickly pillaged, but there's furniture and big stuff is still on here. But anything majorly of value is gone unless there's a secret compartment or something. And I didn't roll for any of that, but there's always a chance if you guys want to spend the time, I can do some percentile rolls and see if you find any hidden stashes on the ships. But other
Yeah, I'm not
than
gonna search.
that possibility, anything of immediate value is probably gone. I mean, yeah, you can see some supplies and rations and extra sails
Yeah, how
and
many?
that kind of stuff. But a
So
lot of
how?
it's been damaged. The deck has been damaged, but the lower quarters and stuff, they're in good condition. So a lot of the goods in the hold are still there. They're still good.
So we're not going
Sure.
to find that skeleton captain's staff in here.
Yeah.
No, that staff would have walked itself out. That's how baller that thing is. It's the staff of the Magi would have hovered out on a Tensor's floating disk or something. It's got an intelligence.
How many days could a crew on either one of these ships survived on the amount of rations here in their larders?
10
Did it look like they
days.
sailed in here? Oh, good. So okay.
It does look like they aren't on long voyage duty, anyways. I mean, you guys are sailors enough to look around and kind of figure out what the conditions of these ships were. Let's see. They were on short distance recon and attack. So you think these ships are equipped to go out 5 to 10 days and return? So they could range 5 to 10 days is 10 to 20 grids on the map. So they could range close to the Moonshae Isles and back, Mintarn, uh, you know, south of Baldur's Gate is their kind of range. If this was their base of operation, which you kind of think it probably might be. But they did not look like they were equipped for battle, necessarily. These ships don't have these look like older ships. They don't. They look like they might be just local ships for the most part.
Yeah, so we know that Roaring Shore is a pirate hangout. Does that include the Black Armada? Do
The
we know if they hang out here?
the Black Armada is the pirate, organization, and it is getting huge. And any pirates that don't eventually claim allegiance to the Black Armada are going to be destroyed too. I mean, that's the feeling you guys are getting.
So I think the majority of the pirates in Roaring Shore might have resisted joining the Black Armada. I'm just guessing.
Or maybe
And
it wasn't the
Spitballing.
Black Armada that attacked the town. Maybe something else happened.
There's only one way to find out is go ask them.
Yeah, head on into town.
How are we going to approach this?
Yeah, are you guys gonna swim up onto the docks? Is that what you guys want to do? Let's see if I got some visuals for you guys. And you thought the DM wasn't prepared. All right.
Nice.
So, thank you, whoever posted this on the internet. I don't know who you were, but I can't draw, and you can. And if you had a Patreon, I'd give you $1. But you didn't. All right, so there's 3 docks down here. Down at the docks, there is a ship docked on the dock, and you guys kind of recognize the docks. But it's
Yeah, they
not the
look
same
familiar.
ones. It's not the same ones. It's just the same map. But I love the map so much that I pulled that up. Just there's no combat yet. So, but you see the beach, so that would be the approach. Somewhere at the dock. So there's a seawall and there's like some houses and buildings, but most of the stuff down at the docks here look like warehouses and stuff. It looks like the bulk of the people live up onto the city. It's gated, it's walled in, it's secure up there. But
So
the portion
during
that's got the wall around it is right here.
so
And
during the flyover, how busy or populated or whatever you want to call it, where the was the dock area, the beach area, and where the docks are? Were there
well,
archers on buildings there, or?
no, there's nobody except for in the purple circle.
Okay, so that's where all the people were.
Yeah, and there's a perimeter been built around those structures.
So it looks like a beach approach would be pretty safe. So I see like all 5 of us in a line just walking up to the beach and coming out of the water. Rising from the depths.
So the town area that's got the perimeter around it, Krell and Nystagmus kind of do a sketch when you guys are on the bottom of the seafloor. I don't know where they're doing the sketch at.
We're drawing it.
They got
Drawing it.
seaweed and some sea cucumber. I don't know how you're doing it, but
Shape
they
water.
describe the so the south part over here is apparently where the 6 to 8 guys are guarding some kind of gate or something that opens. There's fires burning randomly in different locations. There's people milling about. This appears to be the tavern or inn or whatever, assumably the broken goblet or whatever. The broken goblet. And this appears to be, like town hall or mayor's office or some kind of. And this structure is the most solid looking structure, the one with the little porch thing on it. It's actually a big stone structure. The rest of the homes are made out of, wood and thatch and not so nicely shingled roofs like this one has on it. It's just a representation.
So
But
if we were approaching the upper plateau, kind of how that other map has the trail drawn, would we be coming in from the west side of that Roaring Shore town map?
For not getting confused on maps, the south part of the town map is kind of right here. So you kind of got to circle to the bottom to get in. Currently, it does look like you used to be able to get into town from the west side of the map, but there's no gate or structure there. It's been totally blocked off. So Krell and Valtrix thinks that only you can come in from this direction by ground.
All right, so that's not the gatehouse.
No, the gatehouse is back to the east off of the town map. There's more
Okay.
town that's out there,
Right.
and then that is walled up and closed off and gated, and the gates are closed. And they are a couple of archers, but it wasn't heavily guarded. But if you came in through the main gates of the town, you still have to get through their bramble of structure that they've built within the town, setting off this perimeter. So the town's much larger than just this little Roaring Shore town map is, you know. But this is the area that's been pardoned off by like logs and sticks and branches and ropes and anything you can, you know, gather up. And then this, where it says gallows, is the landing that they saw all the smoke coming from. So to approach, you guys would follow the little dotted line up. You know, it kind of swings up the hill and comes up the mountain. Or you guys could but if you guys come flying in during the day, they're probably going to see you.
Yeah, I say we just follow the trail up.
So at the docks, there's a ship there. Do you guys come up onto the beach and then go back? I mean, you guys could climb up on the ship and then cut through that way, or just bypass it and go to the beach. How do you guys want to approach?
Is there activity on the ship?
You don't see anything. Maybe a seagull and like some of that kind of wildlife, but it's still kind of skittish. Like the wildlife seems skittish.
Krell, ask your buddy there what's going on.
Even the fishes seem scared. Who's Krell's buddy? What are we doing?
The seagulls.
Eagles.
The seagulls.
I just assume they all know each other.
They all go, mine, mine, mine. That's
So the ship that's in the harbor there in the dock, does it look like it had been damaged as well?
actually the ship looks in pretty good shape, but there's been combat. There's definitely been fighting and stuff knocked over and, you know, minimum damage, some fire damage, but mostly combat damage. You see blood and stuff all over the place.
I'm going to assume if there's no activity on the docks and no activity on the other boats, there's probably nothing on this boat either.
There's a lot of firepower that we've seen directed towards these boats. I'm a little nervous about the town. If they've got like an archmage or something.
We need a flag of truce when we walk up there.
Are you pulling out some underwear? Well, I mean,
Sticking it on a stick, waving it around.
like
White underwear.
it's got a tail hole cut out in the back of it. I don't know. What do you do with your tail?
Squall's
right?
white boxers.
Can't just buy any old underwear.
Who's got a tail? Oh, Krell?
If you had a tail. Krell's got tail feathers probably. Does Krell have tail feathers?
Sure.
He just keeps them
Does he
tucked
have
under.
any-
He keeps them tucked under.
Does he have any really fluffy white downy, like up under his arms or something? Reach up and grab a handful of that and just kind of paste it to a stick and wave it around.
The real fine feathers.
Yeah.
So, so you guys are gonna start heading up the hill?
Sure.
Yeah.
All right. So as you start to head up the hill, the road kind of opens up a little bit here, and it keeps going up the side of the hill or mountain, right? And then to the right, there's a turn that goes off, and that part kind of levels out as you guys are starting to get up to this point. You know, you're kind of walking up, and you're starting to be able to see what's on that second level. You start to make it out, and then the road continues on up. And how are you guys traveling up this road? The main part of the road is like 15, 20 feet of kind of packed earth, you know, that looks like they've mixed in some rocks and stuff, and they've kind of made it so you can get traction with horses and stuff. It's rocky, but it's got a lot of dirt, and then the rest of the area is, you know, light mossy rock, and there's some bushes and shrubs and stuff, but so you kind of got to stick to the path, so it's like 15, 20 feet wide, and it goes on up a good half a mile to the town, is the full length of everything. So how are you guys moving up? Who's in the front? Are you guys running from shrub to shrub, or how are you approaching?
I don't think we want to look too suspicious.
Yeah, the order we've got in the party sheet seems pretty solid.
Probably should look at that, huh? Party sheet. Order.
I just don't think
But
we want to look like we're trying to sneak up on them.
so maybe a little more like something like that, maybe.
Yeah.
A little spread out, wandering 30, 40 feet between you. Just
Not
kind of
fireball
approaching.
formation.
Yeah,
Right.
I'm giving you the benefit of the doubt. There's been some fireballs going off. You guys are experienced freaking adventurers. You've
We're skittish.
experienced Arcane Brotherhood explosions. You're kind of getting that, all that fire and stuff going off, that there's a mage or something. You've encountered, you know, the only ones that had this kind of firepower were the Arcane Brotherhoods that you fought pretty much, so. Alright, so you guys, let me do a quick little setup. I'll put you guys over here and match. Krell, are you walking or flying?
I would be flying typically.
And what is your elevation, if you don't mind, sir? If you could put that on.
It is.
Anybody else using flying? I know several of you have the capabilities.
No.
I probably should take Quimby out, or he's going to die pretty quick, huh? Poor Quimby. Throw him back in! Throw him back
He's
in!
flopping around behind us.
I'm actually going to take Quimby
We could
out of
we
the
could have put a little bowl of water
combat tracker currently.
He'll catch
Ember's
up.
carrying a bowl of
Yeah.
water with Quimby in it.
I could see that. Ember is in the back. And alright, so you guys make your way up this hill, and there's like a knocked over tree. It looks like it's been here a while. It doesn't look like it's something recent. And or the tree's been, you know, placed there a long time ago for a reason. You don't know. But off to the right, there's like a ditch, a muck covered ditch. And then up above you, north, and I'm going to push you a map. So off to the right, there's like a muck covered ditch. And this is kind of a hill up that gets high. This is the road where it levels off to the next plateau, where all the smoke is at. The whole area is kind of smoky, and then the road continues going uphill this way, and this is like another mucky area, and this is like slippery moss-covered rocks and, you know, a hill and stuff over here. So any of the green stuff is going to be hazardous terrain to move through because it's really slippery, mossy, kind of stuck to the rocks. But the rest of the road's normal movement. Even the elevation change isn't enough to affect you guys. And as you guys start approaching, you are not surprised by some creatures that stand up next to the road. And we have initiative. Can I open up more screens, guys? Just had them all open. Every one of them. Getting an encounter, a map, and... Alright, so... You guys see these... Which... They don't have armor on. But they are wearing different types of clothing. You think they might be a mix of pirates and commoners? But these guys, as you guys start approach, and like somebody kicks a stone and makes a pretty loud ruckus, you know, something, you know, bangs or kind of echoes through this little area, these things go, and you see them jerk up quickly and hop to their feet in a flash as you guys start up the hill. And Squall, you get to react first. You're like, Now I'm
Can
gonna
I just say,
assume that
three
you
of
guys
us rolled ones
yeah,
in initiative.
I love it.
That was horrible.
I love it. And no one has an inspiration to make everyone surprised or anything, right? No. Too late. What was I talking about? Squall? It's your turn.
You were making fun of our rolls.
Yeah.
Oh, I was going to
I-
say, just to confirm that I would assume that most of you have your main weapons out. I mean, you guys would be nervous enough, I think, that you would at least have them really handy. So, shields are on, armor's on. Mage, does anyone need mage armor? You would have cast it if you don't have it
Okay.
on yourself. That's the kind of the tenseness that you guys are feeling right now, that maybe I should have mage armor on, you know. All right, Squall. These things are like getting up out of the mud. They're like, and they look over at you, and you can see the undead stare in their eyes as they go.
There's just 4 of them, right?
You see
Count five.
one up on the north end, like just
Oh,
him,
one
like,
there.
yeah. And I'm gonna put you in that square, and Carl, you're in that square.
Okay, so
Yeah, there's like one behind this bush. You can hear him moving around. He's like, you don't quite see him though, you know. He's behind the
yeah,
bush. First you shit.
I think I'm gonna do the old standby and prepare the party to handle these. Prepare my associates by saying a prayer over them.
Give them all some
and,
bless and lovin's.
Yeah, that should have them all targeted.
Let's see if it miraculously fixed itself. Did you?
What's
when
that,
did you
bless?
update it? I haven't updated in a little while. Hopefully it wasn't recent. It's been a few days, I think, since I updated.
Okay, I'm looking for first level spells. There we go.
Some bless and lovin's. What do you got? 3, 4? Upcast in it? And bless sucks for Sirenscape. It does. It really does. Now, is it confirmed that it's not just me, right? This happens to other people?
No, it crashed me too.
No, I meant
just
it doesn't
specific
just happen.
sounds.
It doesn't just happen on my table, right? It's not just an occurrence that happens on my table. Is it across Sirenscape's other tables? That's the question. Because if it's just my table, then maybe it's my shit, not that shit. But no, it's getting pushed to you individually, right? It wouldn't have
Yeah.
nothing to do with my
You're-
table, pretty much. Yeah.
No, because all your trigger does is tell their server to start pushing it to me.
Yeah, that's true. So it probably not. It's probably worldwide. Frog. All right. So you cast Bless. Do you want to move these things? These things look like they want to eat you. You're not sure though. They could be friendly. No. They're like
Well,
one of them makes a noise and the rest of them like turn and look like predators. You know, like wild wolves or something. Not like dumb moving, slow, lurching zombies. Like, ooh, these things look fast.
I'm not moving though.
And number 5. So I'm going to consider them prone for this first round. So if they don't, I think they all might get up before you guys actually get to attack them. But they are prone. And so jerk up, he can move half, that takes up half his movement. So the other half of his movement, he takes off. And then he just dashes the rest of the way right up to Scuzzer. When this thing gets up to you, you can see that like his hands and stuff, the fingers and stuff are broken, and and some of them are just flopping around. These like collarbones sticking out. He's like dragging part of his arm, but is running as fast as he can, and they're ferocious as it comes running up and it's snipping at you, trying to bite you. But it cannot since it had to dash. So zombie number 2 does the same thing. Comes running around this bush and runs right up to Scuzzer. So these two come running out. The third one is the one up the hill. He can get to here running down the hill. And Ember. You're like, holy shit, these things are fast.
Well, seeing all the damage that's been done by these fireballs anyway, I'm going to whip out a scroll. Send them my own little fireball up that way.
Give them some scroll love. We don't have enough scroll love in Fantasy Grounds. Across my tables, I don't know. Everybody's got scrolls. They just forget to use them, I think. So I love it when a player remembers to use a scroll. It's like free spell. Nice damage off a scroll too. See what happens when somebody else casts it for you? And all you got to do is... See? But you do notice that none of them go down. So these aren't...
I'm going to scooch up a little bit.
Scooch up a little bit. And zombie number 1 gets up and comes running through this bush. So he can only get to... and then he's going to dash. Got some muck to run through, so he can only get to about there with his dash. He's like, it's running through the muck. Krell. So what are you, 30 feet up? So you
Yep.
see this, you're like, I mean, you were like looking up the hill, you weren't really looking in the ditch over there. I mean, they were pretty camouflaged laying in that ditch. And then the movement caught your eye as these things jump up. You're like, whoa. You got your bow out, I'm assuming?
Oh yeah. Time to open up on them.
All right, so you just take aim on one that's like running. Which one are you aiming at? Number...
The one by Scuzzer. It's 5.
Number 5. All right, so yeah, he comes running down the path, and you take aim. Just before he gets to Scuzzer, you like chunk him, and it hits him right in the top of the collarbone, right? Roll damage. He doesn't even flinch.
0. Son of a.
The arrow just like goes right through him and goes out the bottom, and it sticks in the ground a little, and he just snaps it off and keeps going. Rah! Like
Shit.
guts and parts of his body are hanging out where the arrow ripped it out, through him.
Oh shit! There's nothing else I can do.
Do you have another attack? Another
Uh,
shot? You have another shot. You have extra attack.
Yeah, I can
huh?
shoot him again. I mean, I can shoot him 2 more times, but
Are you just shooting him? Like you just like trying to nail him?
yeah.
So you hit him the second time. He like lurched forward, and you were just mass aiming for a mass target, right? And he lurched forward, and you caught him right in the freaking forehead. Thunk. Roll damage.
I did. He took 0. I rolled 20.
Actually, he falls over dead. Like flunk. Like when you hit him in the head.
All right. Well, then I'm gonna for number 2.
That's
then I have
number 5.
that was number
right?
5.
Yeah.
I have a bonus action shot, and I want to target this guy in the head.
All right. So you missed his head. You
Can I
hit
use
him
my combat superiority die
to.
to my precision attack?
Yeah. Yeah. Roll a d6. A 2 is a no. You still didn't hit it. You got him in like the neck. It like bounced off a collarbone and stuck him in the neck. You're like, damn it! It was going towards his head. So you can roll damage if you want, but it's not gonna do anything.
All right. Well, that'll be my turn then.
All right. So just so you guys, I wanted to let it play out naturally like that, but you're soon going to discover that these zombies can only be killed if you shoot them in the head.
Harrowed.
But let your characters discover that on your own, right? You can kind of see that what Krell's doing, getting kind of obvious, right? But maybe not 100% depending on what your character's doing and so forth. Scuzzer, you had 2 on you, but they both died right in front of you, and the one he shot in the head dropped like a ton of bricks. Like you could tell as soon as it hit him in the head, he was dead. But that first hit he didn't even flinch. He didn't even feel it. He didn't even register. But that hit to the head, he snapped out like a light.
Because I noticed that on Zombie 5, Scuzzer's going to cast Zephyr Strike. Well, there's 4 of them. Why is there 4 of them now?
What do you mean? There's been 5 of them.
1, 2, 3, 4. Zephyr Strike self.
Oh, you
Speed
mean
increase and advantage on attack. Here we go. That's the third one. All right, and he's going to move.
Oh, because, yeah, you don't have to attack with that. You could just do whatever, right? Disengage.
Right.
Hot damn! Get off of me!
That'll be a 60 feet. And then he'll try to shoot Zombie 2 in the head.
All right, so you start falling back, pull out an arrow, take a shot, roll to hit. And you nail him right in the head. And what number is
right.
he? Number
Zombie 2.
Number 2, roll damage. Yeah. So he... Wait, how did you damage him? Oh, the Zephyr Strike. Look at that.
Yeah, the Zephyr Strike adds 1.
Well, that's a hint, though. Because that's the only damage he took. Hint, hint. But he does fall over dead as you hit him in the head.
All right, and then he will target Zombie 1 and take a shot at him with a special arrow, if I have it.
It's been charred by some fire.
Don't have it coded here.
Or do you have to hit with a set arrow?
Let me see.
Because if you don't have to hit with set arrow, then set arrow isn't needed if you miss. So roll the hit. Not that I have confidence that you're gonna miss, but
right. I just take a shot at him.
The magic number to hit these guys in the head is 19. No, 18. Sorry, 18. And a 24 hits him in the head.
All right.
That was number 1, and you got to do at least half their hit points to kill them instantly. Boom.
And that's the end of Scuzzer's turn.
Zombie number 4. He hasn't gone yet. He's like, gets up from his nap, I guess. I don't know what the hell he's been doing. And, comes running up to Squall. He's got like buck teeth. He's like comes running up. I think he has big ears, but one of them fell off. And that's all I could do.
All right. Nystagmus finally gets to go. Nystagmus hasn't been paying attention. He like found this cool bug on the ground and was kind of looking at that. And so he finally looks up and like sees all of these dead zombies on the ground and figures that, you know, they're just regular zombies or not that big a deal. So he just casts Frostbite at the nearest one.
It doesn't get out of the way. It's like, it got me. And he throws over frozen.
Does he shatter when he hits the ground?
Just his lips do. So his teeth really look bucked now. You know, they're like this long now as he's laying there because his lips fell off.
That's it.
Squall, top of the round. 2 rounds, second round. And there's only one zombie. He looks back like, hello? No, he doesn't. He doesn't look intelligent.
I'm going to move back here and let these guys handle it. I mean, this is what the party does best. I don't think, yeah. If there's only one left that I see, I'm not going to waste a spell or anything, so.
So you're like,
take the dodge action.
You see Krell circling around and you give him the nod like, you got this. And he's like, caw, hell yeah.
Caw, motherfucker.
Damn it. You can't get him in the head. It's an 18. It's It's an 18. Do you want to use the superiority die? Oh,
Nah,
that'll do
I'll
it.
use
Oh,
that
now
one.
that one does.
Yeah, I don't think we need to roll damage, but you can't. Number 3, his head just explodes like boom. It goes like skull, neck, explosion. That's what happens. The skull hits the neck and then it just explodes.
It's a beautiful thing.
As he goes down, and Krell, you take a gander up the hill over here, and in the smoky area, you see like legs. You're like, are those legs I see? As the wind kind of blows and you can kind of see them. And you think you see not one pair of legs, not 2 pair of legs, but dozens pairs of legs, if not more. And they all look like these zombie legs. And I'm going to take you guys out of combat.
I don't know about you guys, but I'm kind of late for a meeting. I think we should head on out.
Now, you circle, drop down, because the smoke kind of clears a little bit more. And everyone sees Krell looking kind of, his mouth's kind of open like, and you guys can see the smoke kind of clear, and you see where they hang people in cages to die and scavengers kill them. You see a couple of those, but inside of the cages, there's something in there making a rattling noise, like ding, 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 banging on the inside of. There's 6 or 7 cages up here, and they're banging. The all 6 cages have something inside that are dangling and rattling. It's very kind of faint from where you guys are at, but you can hear it. Up close where they're at, it would probably, you guys would think some medium-sized bells or something, heavy cans, or making some kind of noise. And there's probably 75 to 100 of these zombies kind of milling around the sounds of those bells. And then you can see 3 piles of smoldering bodies. Big piles of bodies that are smoldering. Like Luke's parents, just smoldering. Is that a good visual? Now, you don't think the zombies have spotted you, and as soon as you get past this area here, the right side kind of rises up again, and the road's kind of low, so you think you can get way up the hill before they have a line of sight to you at all. But making any loud noise you think may attract them to your position.
So Ember's gonna step up to Nystagmus, and Squall's there as well. This doesn't make sense. The Lithids don't do this. They would,
confused.
if anything, they would make them their thralls or just eat the brains themselves. They wouldn't make massive amounts of undead like this.
This is a great necromancer.
If you guys want to get a good look at them, you have to be what I mean, up here kind of, so you can see.
I don't need to get a good look at them. I'm fine.
So Krell kind of is the only one that got a decent look at him, and he kind of
got a spyglass I can pull out.
Well, if you want to creep up and get up in this cone somewhere, maybe behind this log, and get your spyglass out, I'll give you some some better stuff. All right, do you know how to use
Yeah.
a spyglass? Give me a perception check. If you roll a 1, you
Well, I'm a
use it
sailor.
They're all
backwards.
really tiny.
Yeah, well, if you
I'm
use a
proficient
1,
with navigator's tools.
yeah, if you roll a 1, when you pull it out, you put it up to your eye backwards by mistake. I'm just saying. Okay. All right, so you didn't. You knew the pointy end goes to the eye. Because you got like you got bird eye, right? You can't. It would seem like you would want the big lens against your big bird eye, right? I don't know. So you look up the hill, and yeah, there's. I mean, an exact count would be 80 of those zombies, and they're dressed all like um, ship pirate people and ship city people. You know, like there's a mix of commoners and maybe some pirates and crew and stuff. But what you would expect of people to live in this area, you know, or be on pirate ships. They're all humanoid, different. There's a dwarf, you know. There's different races, but the bulk of them are humans. And you do see one extremely large one. You think it's an ogre or a half ogre, maybe. He's got clothing on, bits and pieces of armor. But yeah, they're all like, they're just looking at the noise. In each of the cages, someone has rigged up some kind of bells and cans that are rattling when the wind blows, making noise. The bodies are all charred, all burnt bodies. But in amongst the burnt bodies and stuff are wiggly zombie moving around kind of things that aren't completely destroyed. But it destroyed
So the
enough
bells and
that
things,
they
the
can't
wind.
get up and move, you know. You can see the heads kind of, you know, like an arm that's all burnt, but not a lot of them in the piles.
So if we think we can have to sneak by these things so they don't hear us, I could use pass without trace.
I was thinking Nystagmus flying, if he had a spell that could be very noisy. I don't know if he has a cantrip that makes noise, but something that could make noise could draw them while we get past.
Well, just to give you
Or I could go drop rocks.
a little more clearance. I don't think I set the tone properly. They're 50 yards from the fork in the road. You know, so they're not right there off the map like I was. They're like 50 yards up on that plateau where let me push that other map to you guys.
So we should be able to just sneak by him.
Yes. Yeah, you don't think it's going to be that difficult unless somebody totally bombs, you know. I'm going to give it a DC of a 10.
So they're at the gallows.
Yeah, they're at the gallows. What map is that? Where the hell?
That's the Roaring Shore map.
Oh, there it
They
is.
didn't put a G in roaring.
Yeah. I can't type. Yeah, so
You must have
they're.
been from the south.
I am from the south. How do you know that?
Roaring Shore.
Roaring Shore wrestling? There, I fixed it. So yeah, so you guys are, you know, like starting to head up this way, right? The left fork kind of forks off and goes up that way, and the right fork sits over here, and that's where they're at, is like around those gallows. Well, just beyond the cages are two platforms and hang noosemans and stuff there uh, that are currently not occupied. There's nobody hanging from ropes on the gallows. And there's nobody inside the 6 cages other than these bells. So it doesn't look like there's been dead bodies in them recently. and 80 zombies, which do you think would be a hell of a fight? So you guys gonna
We're
sneak up?
miles down, no, so it's not worth it.
You guys gonna do a sneak up?
Let's think
That's
about
awesome.
this. Let's take a break and think about this for a minute.
Yeah, it's a
Good
good time
idea.
to take a
Yes,
break. You
yes,
guys
break.
ready for a
Yeah.
10-minute? All right, let's do a 10-minute
Yeah.
break, and we will be back in 10 minutes. Where's my countdown? Countdown timer. Doo-da, doo-da. Not camera. All these buttons look the same. 21:42. Start. All right, here we go.
try to sneak up through here,
Yeah.
and it's all over. Have a
We need to
backup
get up to
plan.
the city where their people are. Ask them what the hell's going on around here.
So you guys are standing around deciding if you're going to go up the hill or not. Or are you guys going up the hill?
We're going up the hill.
All right. Everybody will have to roll that.
Well, I want to cast that pass without trace first. That gives everybody a +10.
Well, just roll and I'll add 10 to it. So you
All right.
don't have to apply that to everybody. Well, the DC was a 10, just so you guys know. So it wasn't that hard. However, Scuzzer, you rolled a 2 with your second D20 roll because you had disadvantage because of your armor. And you rolled a 2. Yeah. However, 2 plus 4 is 6, plus 10 is 16. So even with a 2,
Yeah.
even a 1, you guys were fine. But had you not had Pass Without a Trace?
That's why I need to use it. I know I got that disadvantage.
Yep. So, yeah, so you guys kind of sneak up to the top of the hill here, right? And you kind of got to hug the far left side so as to not have line of sight from those things, because you do know they can see as well, but they're mostly attracted to sound. But they do see. But it's real smoky and stuff, so you guys stay back on the left side and you kind of get near this this keep, this ruined building. I'll show you what it looks like. So there's not much left of it. There's part of a tower, it looks like, over here. Like the circle kind of part of the... Oops. Like the tower was like sitting here. There's like a front stoop. And you're off the map when you guys come up, but you can see that it's pretty dilapidated. And then you start heading towards town. You think
Yeah, there's no movement over it in the.
you think if you get within the town sits about 150, 200 yards down. You know where the perimeter is. There's buildings and stuff up here. There's other, but where the perimeter has been built up on the town map that I showed you earlier, it's about 200 yards to there. And if you guys get much closer going down the road, you'll get spotted by the people on the house. I'm just giving you distances and stuff, but you think you could stealth up there, going from house to house if you wanted to. You could try anyways, but or do you guys just want to approach and let them see you, and what's your intent?
I think we just want to approach and let them see us, don't you guys?
Yeah, non-threatening.
Do you want to use your spy thing and take a peek closer?
Yes, I'll use
Get
my
a-
spyglass.
Get a good look. All right, so Krell, you guys kind of get behind a house, and Krell kind of creeps up onto the roof and gets out his spyglass, and he starts looking at the people. The guys on top of the houses, you are pretty positive that they are pirates. They've got that swagger, they've got that look, they're wearing armor, they got crossbows, they got scimitars. You're pretty positive that those guys are pirates. And there's like jagged bits and pieces of uh, spikes and stuff jutting on the outside of this perimeter as to make it difficult to climb. And you think that the perimeter is fully covered. You can't see. You see somebody just about everywhere, all the way around. You know, equally around on top of the buildings, and they've looked like they've got stuff up there for guarding. You know, like a little. You know, like they drug up some water and some rations, and there's like a little chair in one case and a stool in another. So it doesn't look like they're just here temporarily. It looks like they've each got their own little station set up too for guarding. And you can't see through the perimeter, but you can hear people moving about and voices and communication and stuff, but you can't make out what they're saying. Uh, and the smoke is kind of heavy. You can definitely know they got fires burning in there. So does that change your idea of approaching and let them see you? Krell. You're like, they're damn pirates. Damn it.
Yeah.
Scuzzer looks like a pirate, so
You see Captain Callus, he waves at you. No, I'm just kidding.
He'd take 3 crossbow bolts to the face if he did.
Yeah. Well, he's been
Isn't that
gaining
what we were
levels.
expecting anyway? Did we
Yeah, I
expect them to
mean,
be pirates here?
Yeah, no, you totally expected to be pirates here. But for some reason, the pirates are the ones defending themselves. You don't know why.
how about if Scuzzer, since he's a pirate and dresses like a pirate, he goes in there hands up, kind of
You
like,
might even know some of these guys.
yeah,
Oh,
it's me,
Nystagmus,
Scuzzer.
Krell
Nystagmus
might
just
know
assumes
one or
you all
two
know
of
each
them
other.
from the most wanted list that he looks for. You know, the most wanted pirates of the Sword Coast. It's a picture of Scuzzer. He's just been biding his time. So what's the plan, man? Did the DM throw you guys for a freaking wrench here, or what? You guys all look confused.
I
Well-
like the idea of letting Scuzzer go in.
Yeah.
With your
Yeah,
with
so-
your spyglass, do any of them are they showing Black Armada patches? Is this the
Yeah.
Black Armada's hangout? And some necromancer has turned themselves, their undead against them. You see what I'm saying? So they're being assaulted by some kind of a necromantic power of obviously some repute. So I don't know. I mean, last I knew, the Black Armada was our enemy. I don't know. I want to go just waltzing in there. So I'm all about Scuzzer
Yeah.
going in and finding out what's going on.
So are you guys gonna approach, or just Scuzzer?
I think just Scuzzer.
So you
Yeah, I
guys are
think
gonna stay back
Scuzzer.
down near this keep, you know, kind of towards the far end of the, like, stay. Let's say you guys are like in this building here. Cool.
Yeah.
Like hiding out, and Scuzzer goes on down, you know, 100 yards ahead of you guys, with his hands up.
Yeah.
Do you got all your equipment and everything?
Oh yeah, I'll keep everything like a pirate would. I mean, pirate wouldn't walk around without his weapons. So, but you would go in as unthreateningly as possible and say, "Hey, looking for Bobby? Where's Bobby?"
So as you approach, right, you're trying to be seen, you're trying to be spotted, I'm assuming, right?
Right.
Let's see how these guys, how long it takes them to see you. I'm gonna give them advantage since you're trying, right? So the DC's at 10, right? Let's see how these guys roll. All right, so the first round, the two guys closest on that side, they spot you coming up. You're about 150 feet out, so you're at long range for their bows. They're short bow or crossbows, light crossbows. So you know they might be able to get you, and they're pointing them at you, and you see one of them alerts everyone else, so you can hear people movement, and as you start getting a little closer, one of them waves you forward, but you can see more archers focusing their arrows on you or their bolts on you as you start to get closer. By the time you get 100 feet away, okay, that's cool, Ember. When you get to be about 100 feet away, there's 8 crossbows pointed at you right now. One of them says, "Are you alone?"
No, I've got some friends, but we don't mean any harm. We're
Who
looking for
are
refuge.
you?
There's a bunch of zombies.
We know about the zombies. Who are you?
I'm Scuzzer.
You come by ship? How you get in the harbor?
We came up the shore
The shore?
by land.
You're a pirate, aren't ye?
Aye.
Then why you doing on shore? You're on a boat. We know you got a boat. Where's she at?
Our boat was wrecked. It was attacked by some kind of underwater vampire.
Where's your friends? Any of them get bit?
No. We got away. We killed that vampire.
What do you want? You here to help?
Absolutely. What's going on around here? They're trying to kill us as much as they're trying to kill you.
You might need to talk to the dude inside. Let me find his name.
The dude. You know, the
Is
dude.
that Bobby? I'm looking for Bobby.
You need to talk to Herrick Ironguard.
Where can I find this Herrick?
I'm sure we can make arrangements for you to come inside. However, I strongly urge you to take any valuables you may have and give them to your friends, because you will be thoroughly searched.
Weapons too?
If you're coming inside, that's the way it is till we get to know you.
What's a pirate without his weapons?
A not
But he'll turn
dangerous
around.
one.
He'll turn around and walk back behind
You
the
will-
buildings where everybody's at.
You will be given back one melee weapon to protect yourself.
All right, so I'll walk back and give
And
my good stuff
he
to everyone.
He says, and wear your armor.
And I'll keep my short sword.
So you go back and talk to the party and say that you're going to go in. Here's my shit. Take your short sword and
Yeah, I'm gonna go see
Go to
what
the
this is
gate.
all about.
all right. So as you let's go to that map. Let's go to that map. This one. You guys are already there. Bunch of slacking DMs happening. All right. So as you get over to the map, you can see that there are now several more people. You count at least a dozen people by the gate, right? And as you start approaching, they're on guard. They're watching. They're looking. And when you get up close, they're like, "Prove you ain't bit."
Send somebody out to check.
You're looking for a strip show.
He's like, "Turn around. Show us your
I'll
neck."
put my arms out, turn around. Not bit. If
All
I
right,
was bit, the sun would have hurt me.
Move closer.
He'll approach closer.
So the gate opens, right? It's like a part of the side of a house that they're kind of using as a gate. There's like a barn door kind of in it, and it's all been built around. This stuff looks rough, but you can hear them working right now. And so you step through, and there's like several guards, and you kind of got your hand up, your short sword's on your hip, or do you have it out?
No, it's sheathed.
It's sheathed. You got your hands up. He claims to be of the Brotherhood, one of them yells out. He's got more friends outside. So you hear a deeper, heavier voice. It says, "Send him to me." And you look down like further into town, and you see what you're assuming to be Herrick. Let's see. Do I have it? Did I make a picture? No. It's just a token. Just a token. It doesn't have art. Slackers. I love art. So this guy, he's got long, greasy, dark hair, scruffy beard. He's medium built kind of guy, but looks athletic. Looks swashbucklerly. Looks like he could handle the two weapons that he's got. He's got the dagger and a rapier on him. Wearing light shoes, not heavy combat, and is also wearing an apron, a leather apron, like that comes around your neck and down tied around your back, like he's a bartender or cooking
The
something.
butcher
Yeah.
from Gangs of New York.
Yeah, yeah, there you go. That guy. It's not bloody though, and it's leather. It looks kind of cut up a little bit, and so they kind of go see Herrick. And they're not pointing their crossbows at you, but they got them in close proximity of being able to aim them at you.
I can feel the eyeballs.
Yeah. Here, I'll even give us some representation. I'll put you on the map. Here you go. There you go. Look at you, all by your lonesome. You're so brave. So yeah, so you move up. Herrick's like kind of here in the middle. You see the tree. This building definitely says the Broken Goblet hanging in the wind breezing. Over here there is a small flag kind of outside of this building. It is flapping the Black Armata colors. And a lot of these buildings look like they're being secured, like boarded up, and there's all hands except for who's attending to you and the guards on the top of the roofs and stuff are milling about reinforcing the walls. That's what the project is currently. Boarding up windows and reinforcing the walls and stuff. As you come walking up to Herrick. He's like, "What ship you from?" Oh, I'm sorry. He's deeper voice. "What ship are you from?"
The Voyage.
"Ah, the Voyage. Has your captain smiled lately?"
Yeah, she don't smile too often.
Mm,
She's a bitter one.
she doesn't usually come down this way. You look like you can handle yourself on a deck.
Been doing it many years.
I see. He's eyeballing you, pretty scrutinizing you, looking you over, kind of walking around you a little bit. He's like, "Did you see any undead?"
Just a lot of the zombies down there by the gallows. We killed five 5 of them attacked us on the way up.
Did any of you
We had to
get
dispatch
bit?
them. No, they didn't get close enough.
If you get bit, you turn into one of them in a matter of days, sometimes hours.
No, they didn't get close enough to us. We're very good with long-range weapons.
Yeah. Killing them is easy if you know how. Getting bit by them, on the other hand. Do you have any black ice?
Black ice? No. What's black ice?
Black ice can be in the form of many trinkets and components. Black ice is what turns you eventually into one of those.
Don't have any of that.
Are you sure?
Positive.
Can we search you?
What do you want to search?
Body cavity search.
Squat and cough? Prison check?
Prison check.
We want to search your mind.
Whoa, 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 whoa. How do you want to search my mind?
We have a friend. He's good at things like that.
I don't think that'd be a good idea.
So what brings you to Roaring Shore then? Are you concerned for our welfare?
We were once we found out what was going on. We could see the zombies, and we seen, people up here trying to defend themselves.
I see. You wish to help us?
We could. I mean, we lost our ship, so we were traveling by land. We came upon the city.
Well, you have to understand. If you have black ice on you, or one of your companions have black ice on you, they most likely would not tell you. You become very protective of it. You can't live without it.
I can assure you they don't.
You're sure of this?
Absolutely.
Your friends and you, they may approach, but they will be searched. We will discuss searching your minds later.
If you would allow me, I'll go let them know.
You're more than welcome to leave. When you come back, your friends can bring their equipment. If we let them in, they will need it.
I'll be back with them.
All right, so they let you back out.
Hey, any of you guys got any black ice? He's concerned about this.
He's like, what the hell's black ice?
You share all that information with us. Squall wants to get the fuck out of here. Just get the fuck out, because I think perhaps whoever's bringing the undead against them, unless they harvested a bunch of black ice someplace, they absconded with a bunch of that, and they did this to themselves. Either
I'm
way,
wondering if
fuck
they
'em.
stole a shipment of black ice and the Black Armada people turned on themselves.
And I say, fuck them. Let's get out of here.
Let them rot.
Yeah, either way, I don't see what we can gain by going in.
I don't either.
Well, we came here to kill the thing in the tavern, right? I assume that's who
You
wants to
came
read
here
my
because there's a
mind.
rumor that there's a mind flyer in the broken goblet. That's why you came here.
Right.
It's the only
for no other
information that
reason.
brought you here.
Why do we want to get involved in zombies like trying to get in and kill the mind flayer? Doesn't bother me that they get in and kill them.
Exactly. Let's get the fuck out of here.
Let's go north.
I agree. Come back in a month.
Go back to the voyage.
I'm okay with that.
Yeah, I
I
think
don't
that's
see
the
the
plan.
mind player being
So,
destroyed.
Let's get as far away as we can and write a note.
I mean, the
Put it
voyage
on
has
an arrow
the
and shoot it back.
Thanks.
into the-
Thanks,
The-
but fuck
Thanks,
you.
but no
Yeah.
thanks.
the voyage isn't that far away either. How long have you guys? What have you been here? An hour? Right?
Yeah,
Maybe an hour.
probably.
Krell could fly ahead, or Nystagmus on their.
And you
on
guys
their
could get back
broom.
in 15 minutes to the coastline, so Corral could catch
Yeah.
the voyage and turn her around and come pick the rest of you guys up. But
Yeah, I'll do
the
that.
question is, I guess the only difficulty is getting back down the beach, right?
But I don't think we can
How long's
fail
Pass
that.
Without a Trace last? Is that an hour?
Let me look it up.
If it's an hour, then you guys don't have any problems because you don't even have to roll. But a 2 on coming down the hill from
Yep.
Scuzzer.
Duration up to an hour.
Yeah, so you still got that going by the time. I mean, just barely, right? By the time you go in and talk to him and come back, yeah, probably a little.
Yeah, and
longer than
if
that.
we run or get away from them, we can't be tracked.
Oh, they're not coming after you. They're not. They're not coming after you.
All
I
right.
mean, the zombies, maybe, but. So you guys sneak past. They're still milling about. They're like, they're at the noise. Ding, 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 ding. And the smoke is kind of dwindling away from the big
But I've got to know
pile
what
of
the noise
burnt
is,
bodies.
though. I've got to know. Is
Well,
it a skeleton in there stuck or what?
no, it's somebody put
Could he-
like cans and bells in there purposely with a flags
Wind
to make it
chimes.
ring, make wind chimes out of them. Somebody
Keep 'em
purposefully
distracted.
did it.
Ah.
Like the quiet place.
You suspect that it might be whoever purposely did it might be one of them down there, like, but before they were,
Right.
or some badass. There, you guys know there's a spellcaster. You know there's somebody that casts fireball or somebody that has access to fireball. Definitely seen some explosions that are fireball friendly. So you guys sneak back down to the docks. There is a perfectly good ship there. It's got a few char marks in it. I mean, you could honk honk. I mean, it might take you all to sail the thing, right? Like work, like a lot of work.
Yeah, we got gust of
There's
wind.
some jolly boats. If you guys wanted a jolly boat.
No, we'll just.
Try to
Everybody's
get it out of
fine.
the harbor. Too much
Nope.
effort. I'd rather leave
So-
leave the barricade in place too.
You guys kind of get into the water a little further on the north side of the harbor, and instead of the south side of the docks, you kind of go into the north side of the docks, and
Right.
down on the deep end over there, it's like way deeper. You guys see undead milling about on the floor, and there's a ship, like a old sunken ship that's been there a long time, and there's a rusty ring that's flapping in the tide there because it's circling around the way the water comes in here. It circles around. There's like a tide in the back there, and it's going ding, ding, ding. And as you look down there, there could be dozens, if not hundreds, of undead milling about on the floor. Just
I fly away.
I don't really notice you guys. You know, you're like out of the water on your broom. Look into my eyes. So no issues of you guys getting back to voyage though. It's like we'll call it like 2 in the afternoon, as you guys come crawling up on deck on voyage or landing or however you approach the voyage. They seem surprised that you're back so soon. Uh, and then they seem extremely worried uh, that after you guys tell them what you saw, they're like, "What?" So you gather from the crew and from uh, your captain Graysail that black ice is part of a artifact that was called Chrysinathon.
Krishinabon.
It's Cinnabon. It's a Cinnabon. What's the place in the mall?
It's a
Cinnabon?
Cinnabon.
Okay, that's what
Cinnabon.
we're calling it. It's an artifact called Cinnabon. And about 100 years ago, it made a whole bunch of towers around in the Sword Coast. Mainly the one north was the one in Bryn Shander, near Bryn Shander, in a place called Kelvin's Cairn. A tower was erected there and attacked Bryn Shander, but was destroyed when the top of the mountain was collapsed over on top of the tower, and it was buried. And the dwarves dug it out and started mining the black ice, and the dwarves rumored to gone mad and started protecting it and guarding it, and the dwarven tribe was split in half, and some brave adventurers came along and helped gather up a lot of the black ice, but it spread out, and the black ice has a necrotic taint of an artifact to it, and if you die when you possess it, you come back as a black ice zombie. And if you wield it too long, you gain like mad rolls of going mad, and you eventually will die from it. And so the black ice is actually cursed. And there's rumors of people, it's spreading out of Bryn Shander because the trinkets were made out of it, armor was made out of it, weapons were made out of it. There was even a ship in one of the lakes up there that they made a ram out of it and started attacking the other ships using this black ice ram. It's like, yeah, they're all mad.
Didn't Lauren take some of that in Baldur's Gate?
What's that?
Warren had some for a little while, yeah.
Yeah, it's not good stuff. So apparently it has reached Roaring Shore in a bad way.
Don't go there anymore.
Well, good luck with that.
Yeah, right. It's a pretty secure place. I mean, you don't think the zombies have any way of getting out unless they walk out on the sea floor. But, they're like, it's like the harbor and where they're at is deeper than the path out of there. So they're like, it's like 60 foot deep in there. It's only like 40 foot to get out. So they're like down in a hole. Why would they go out if they're not intelligent? They're attracted to sound. So it's like a perfect little trap. Maybe you should see if you can get some more Black Armada guys to go in, right? I mean, that might be just take the ships away. Enter, party this way. Black Armada only. I mean, that would be
want them
something
to
you guys
spread out.
Big
you don't want
neon
to
sign.
yeah, this way, Black Armada party.
Free beer.
Margaritaville.
Ring bells, ring ship bells
For service.
for service. That might be a good idea right there. All right, so you guys are on voyage. You're just I don't know, an hour south of the entrance to Roaring Shore. Where do you want to go? It's like 2 in the afternoon. You guys can point the direction, I suppose. Do you want the Sword Coast map?
Are we going to the
Uh,
lantern?
That Latharl's lantern. What was the purpose in going there? Is that the quest? Let's see.
Or was it Or Lumber?
Or lumber, definitely. That's where the witch lives.
Yeah, or lumber.
Or whoever that wants pearls.
Oh, Lanthard's Lantern is the notorious shipbuilding place where they build, really nice ships. It's like a whole if you can imagine a Borg city of shipbuilding. They just build. That's all they do. Build ships all day long. You pull in there, it's like pulling up to the car wash. You put your money in, and then you pull in, and all this shit starts happening. You just
In Norfolk, Virginia.
Yeah, that's the way this town is. This Lantern. You pull your ship in, and before you even get docked and everything, they're already in boats repairing the outside, scraping barnacles, cleaning stuff. If you're coming there, they know they're going to get their money because you know you're.
Well, hell, let's pay for a hull scrub and.
Yeah, I mean Captain Graysail's kind of, if that's where she's going, and if it's not overtaken by undead zombies, she's excited.
True.
We just had the ship repaired like 2 days ago anyway.
You did have some repair work done to her, but this is more work. Anything you need done, they'll do. If you don't need your barnacle scraped, then they'll paint the rails, or let's add the latrine on. Whatever. They're here to work. They're gonna build. That's what they do. So, but as you guys.
You put some armor on the side.
As you guys get close now, this place is like really hilly. The coastline is here, and the lantern, there's like a couple of tall spires and stuff, and on top of one of them there's like a beacon lantern, and they keep it lit a lot, and it's kind of juts out here a little bit. The lantern does, so it kind of signifying like a lighthouse does. And when you pull in, it's really, really tricky to get into this little harbor. Captain Graysail says she knows how to do it, but it's very difficult. So they need to go slow, and they probably need to break out oars to be more maneuverable. So as that's happening, you guys look over onto the shore, and as the sun starts to get kind of low in the evening, and the sun setting, you see a creature stretch its wings out and look out towards your ship.
Whoa.
And
that's a cool picture.
she takes flight and starts heading towards you. This is the biggest dragon any of you have ever seen.
I do a knowledge check.
Sure. All of you can, if you think your character may have some knowledge of some dragon.
What is it? History or
whatever you want to use that you think your character would have a reason to use it. Survival. Krell knows I know how to survive attack from one of these dragons.
I know how to fly away from one of these dragons.
Yeah, he's like,
fly fast.
I can survive fighting one of those. You just fly faster than the slow people behind you.
One of my favorite terrains is coast. Maybe I'll know something for survival if he's coming from the coast.
Scuzzer agrees. Man, you just got to go fast. That's how you get away from these. Go fast. Squall, you're like, you know, there was this pretty girl that sat in the history class when I was in it, and she would talk to me, and so I didn't do so well when we had the history of this particular dragon.
I figured.
But Ember, on the other hand, he had a private tutor, and he remembers hearing about a dragon that lives in a shipbuilding city. Yeah. Mother Claus is her name. He remembers that. Mother Claus. And he's pretty sure that that's her. He's like, yep, that's her. What kind of information would he have gathered in his studies? Would he have wanted to know, like, what she does here, or like more details about the biology of the dragon? You know what I mean? What would he have been curious in? One avenue or the other, I would think.
So I think he would have been more curious as to why she was there and what her relationship with the city would be.
Yeah, why do they call a dragon Mother Claus, right? Like, that's a weird name for a dragon, right? Mother Claus. Maybe she's motherly or something. So when you looked into it, she she's actually a merchant owner. She owns a merchant company called the Scaly Eye Flag. And you remember seeing their flag recently. Many of their ships travel underwater. And she's flying towards you. So that's, I mean, is there any specific information you need to know? You think she
I think
might
Ember
be,
said,
you think she might be friendly? I don't know. She's a merchant, right? But she is a dragon, so, and she's big, dude. She is ancient. I mean, if she could be older than ancient, you know, she would be halfway there. She's old, but
Do you guys
majestic. I mean, she spreads out across this harbor like whoosh.
So Ember will share what he knows quickly.
How does he? So he blurts out what we just talked about, and everyone's like, Captain Graycell's like, I've never met her.
as soon as Ember says Mother Claus, I'm going to say motherfucker.
Right? There's when
You're
you
about
guys
to meet her.
when you guys look into this, it's like a big sea cave, kind of, right? It's domed, right? When you guys look in, it's like a big sea cave, but it's enormous inside, right? It's huge opening. That's where like the ships are, and you guys are making your way towards this entrance area, and she's flying down off to the side, like towards you guys. You're like, holy crap! But inside, you can start to make out like tons of ships, and you can hear commotion, like shipbuilding sounds, bing, bing, tang, tang, bing, bing, tang, bing, ting, and male and voices screaming out and stuff. And as she comes approaching, she does a quick flyby over the bow of the ship, getting close that anybody wants to take a shot at her, they can. Anybody?
do you think she's worth a milestone, guys?
The last milestone.
We've got cannons.
Drake said he's never killed a character before, so.
Ah.
He must have smart players.
She when she banks, like, you guys are heading like north and she's coming down from the starboard side, right? And she kind of takes a long circle behind you and kind of comes up your port side and gets leveled to the harbor so she can see across the top of your deck. She probably gets 30, 40 feet off your
Hi, Mother Claus.
port side, and you can see her teeth and her claws, and they're all like glinting, razor sharp. And she's older, and she's got battle wounds and scars all over her, but thick, muscular wings flapping. And every time she flaps down, the water would curl out from underneath of her, and the sails on your ship would furl to the right, and your ship leans every time she flaps. She's just magnificent sight. And she looks and she nods, and then she banks and flaps her wings 3 times real hard and takes off heading north.
I think we just got the approval.
She's looking for somebody.
Oh, you definitely think she's looking at it. She looked at every one of you guys. Like, when you, like, magically when she flew by you. I mean, yeah, you were scanned. You definitely felt probed. You're like, did somebody tell her about the 30-foot tall marshmallow man? No, it wasn't like that. So you guys go into the lantern, right? Into the cove here. And yeah, it's a huge shipbuilding cave. I mean, it's just a big cave with 25 docks, ships galore, building everything. You see a couple of ships that have the Scaly Eye Merchant. And you see a couple of ships that have the White Sails flag. White Sails is the company that Captain Graysail works for. And one of the ships is like dry docked, like up on the docks, and it's got on the side of it. It's pretty far along. It's got one skinny mast on the top on the top deck that looks like it could hold maybe a square sail or a big triangular sail. But off to the side of the hull, there's wings mounted that stretch out like they would be on the surface of the water. They look pretty stout wings, and the whole ship has some kind of light mesh over it, some kind of like chain, real fine mesh all over the place. Kind of looks strange.
It's a White Sails ship.
Yeah, white sails ship. Yeah, it's like up on a big platform up in the air, and there's a lot of workers around that.
I'd ask the captain about it.
She's like, I see the flag. I don't know what's going on. I've been with you guys. She's a beauty, though. What are those wings for? Is it for sailing underwater?
I don't know. I don't know these things. That's why I'm asking you.
She's like, I suppose we could ask.
I suppose. Do we see any Black Armada flags here?
No. No.
I was just curious.
You don't think there's any pirates here? I mean, Scuzzer looks nervous.
Yeah, I'm not walking into town by
He's
myself
like,
in this one.
he's changing clothes. He's like, I'm gonna put a. Oh yeah, I got this new cloak. I'm gonna wear this cloak.
That dragon spent extra time looking at him.
There's not so much of a town here. It's docks, people building, and people living. The people live in like those sea caves, like built into the cliffs, those like Pueblo-looking sea caves.
Cliff dwellings.
Yeah, that's how they live in here. And some of the places are kind of big. You can see a little bit of a town, but that's like where the townies go, right? Everything takes place. I mean, you guys get put to work. I mean, the people are like, okay, all right, Mac, what do you want? She's like, who's in charge of this boat? This guy comes climbing up onto the side as you guys get close to the dock. He's got like a clipboard. He's wearing like a hard hat kind of looking thing. He's like a dwarf, but hairy, like only from his waist down. It's funny, is that legs are all hairy and everything, but the rest of him, he's got like no hair. He's bald. But you think he's a dwarf. He's squatty. He's like, what? So, what are we doing here? What are we getting done? What you want? How much money you guys got?
Scrape the barnacles.
Yeah, we're scraping. That's all the standard 2 gold you got to pay when you dock. What else you guys want done? Got any repairs
What
you
can
need
you
done?
offer?
Well, I don't know. We can offer all kinds of stuff, buddy. What do you need? What do you want to go underwater? You want to travel through time and space? You want to reverse your course for your entire life? What do you got? How much money you got? We can do it for you.
We'll take all those. Those sound great.
Yeah,
We're rich.
Yeah. Where's the chest of gold? I don't see any gold. How much you got?
How much you need?
Well, how much you got? And I tell you what you can afford to buy. How much are you willing to spend?
How much
He
are we
looks
looking at?
around. He looks around. He's like, do I need to cast a spell or something? What are we doing here? What do you guys want done? Who's in charge? Captain Graysail says, this is a White Sails vessel. He's like, the White Sail Company. We like the White Sail Company. They pay well. They do. Do you guys know Lord Nevermember?
Yeah,
Captain
we've run into
Graysail
him a
says,
couple of times.
these
He's
are
a friend of ours.
these would be, shall we call them, ambassadors of his? Captain Graysail says. He's like, ambassadors? Well, are you here to inspect the vessel? And he looks up at the ship that's up on the.
Tell us about it.
Tell you about it. Well,
Absolutely. We're here
I
to
can
Give us a
tell
tour.
you that I've been trying to get on that ship for 6 weeks. I can't even get close to it. It's a guarded secret. I tell you what. They got some snobby guys up there working on that ship. They really do. Bunch of elves too, casting all kinds of magics on it. I tell you what, you just need to pound some nails in it. That makes it tough. Look, he gets out a hammer. Look, there's a nail up over here. Bah, 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 bah. He starts hammering. What do you guys need done? Why don't you wander around? Let me move on. We'll get this scraped up. You can get with whoever you need to, but come back if you want something done. There's a lot of contractors in town too. Don't let them rob you. I do good work.
Yeah, we're obviously talking to the right guy here, and from what you can tell, what do you think that ship does? Because it obviously doesn't do the regular stuff.
I heard it's for astral traveling. I don't know what that is, but I think it has something to do with the ocean.
I know it sounds made up.
Yeah, I'm going to call bullshit on
You
that.
think? He's like, you think? It does sound kind of made up, doesn't it? I don't know. It's secret. Maybe you got some kind of documentation that you can show them. You can go see. Just tell them that you're here to inspect the ship. Yeah. Can I go with you?
That probably wouldn't be wise.
Oh, come on. I'll put a chicken suit on. He looks at Krell. I mean, I can look like a squid. He looks over at Squall. He's all blue. He looks at Nostogamus and he just shakes his head. No.
Just
I
a,
mean,
Cheeks in.
I don't think
Wait a
I'd get
minute.
along with the party. I mean, a bald dwarf. A hairless
Isn't
dwarf.
that ship the Wailing Wave?
The Wailing Wave?
Yeah.
What's the Wailing Wave?
Well,
It
it's in the
says,
quests in the Scaly Eye Merchant
yeah.
Company. It says Wailing Wave in Lantharo's Lantern.
Oh, let's see what that is. Am I missing something? Oh, maybe it is the Wailing Wave. There's her name. I named her. Look at that. I forgot. The Wailing Wave.
I thought we were supposed to meet somebody there.
Let's see.
Yeah, it won't let me open the DM note though for some reason.
Yeah, that's
Right.
probably because it's the DM note.
Fantasy Grounds must be broken.
Broken Fantasy Grounds.
No, we're supposed to meet the Witch of the Waves, who lives in one of the cave-like homes typical of Orlumbor on the western side of the island called Stormhaven House. That's in Orlumbor, though. Orlumbor.
What was she going to give us?
She makes ships sail underwater.
Yeah,
For
she makes them
pearl.
go for pearls.
I thought that's what they did here.
I mean, they
What?
can get
Scaly
it
Eye
done.
Merchant Company, it says ships that sail underwater.
They have ships that sail underwater. The Scaly Eyes Merchant Company. This isn't the Scaly Eye Merchant Company. I mean, it's the headquarters of the Scaly Eye Merchant Company. But you're getting the impression that the workers are like contractors. They're not like. There's like different crews that do different things. And the guy that you're talking to is a shipbuilder repair guy. You know, he's like the woodworker kind. But
Hey,
you get
free
the impression
enterprise,
that
man.
there's other people here that can do magic stuff. Like he said, the dang elves are up there working on that one. So there's like a group of elves that cast magics and stuff.
Let's go talk to them. It's one of Nevermember's ships anyway.
I mean, you guys are Nevermember guys. I mean, you're on a mission from God, pretty much. He gave you the ship. You're on his. He's paying your crew. You know.
Do
Well,
we
he had
have?
his seal.
Yeah. Do we have some sort of documentation from him?
I don't know. What do you guys got? I can look through your character sheet, but so can you. If you've got some documentation on your character sheet, then of course you have it. But
Oh, I do now.
right, I'm typing it in right now. But you guys at one time had like quests with Brits and stuff from all over, like 10 people, right? Like Lady, what's her face? You had some kind of writ
Gaga.
from, and
I've still got the tube from the King of
I
Gunbarg.
would think the Nostogamus probably would have hoarded a couple of the things away, right? Some documents, some proof who you guys are. He's the face of the party, right? The Finn-
Nevermember sent
the
us
Finn-
to investigate, and he gave us a letter when we first went out to the Viking island. And he gave us a letter basically and said, "Here, go out there and you're investigating this for me." And so we probably still have that documentation.
Yeah, I think you guys have some documentation. I don't see why you wouldn't. I mean, you might not have it on your character sheets, but if you wanted some official stuff on your character sheet type of way, I think Nystagmus would have it. So if you wanted official on your sheet, then yes. But in this encounter, so you move up to this area. It's like, multiple layer docks kind of thing with rocks and different levels. So you kind of got to climb up these back and forth ramps that they use a lot to get up to the different levels. And when you guys start up to go up the last back and forth ramp, there's like two um, big burly dudes standing at the bottom. They're like, "You got any ID?
Idea about what?
ID about going up?"
It's exactly where we were going. Yeah.
"Yeah, you need a badge. Any of you got an ID badge?"
Oh, we got this letter from Lord Neverember.
Backstage pass.
"You got a letter from Lord Neverember? That does look like his stamp." The other guy looks at it. "Yeah. Kind of looks like what the payroll comes in." Looks back at him. Says, "Would you mind waiting here and let us get, somebody above our pay grade?"
Absolutely.
"All right. We'll be right with you, sirs. You can stand over there in the shade if you like." They point to like a little awning area. And he turns around and kind of trots up the little ramp. You see him go up. And up top, there's like a bunker kind of built up there. And there's other heads you see around in the bunker. And he runs up. You see him go up in there. A couple minutes later, an elf starts walking down with him in tow. She's pretty elf, wearing just a simple like workers like clothing, right? Like it looks like maybe a dress. It's not pants, but a two-piece kind of leathery worker kind of outfit. But definitely cinched with a belt. She's got a couple of pouches hanging from them, and she's walking with a staff. The staff appears to be like chrome or uh, glowing dimly or something. It's very reflective, very bright. Looks like a solid shaft of some kind of metal. Yeah, it's shiny, and she moves it around, and it shines around and stuff. And she's constantly shining it all over the place as she's coming down this ramp. And she gets 20, 30 feet from you guys, and she says, "Hello, my name is Aenon." Aenon, she says. Oh, say that one twice. "I work for..." Thanks, Marvania. "I work for Lord Neverember. He has hired us to fabricate this vessel. The guard says that you are here to speak with us. What can I do for you?" And she keeps hitting you in the eyes with this thing every now and then. I mean, everybody gets a little blast once in a while. Yeah,
Nystagmus is
it's like,
especially thrown off by
yeah,
that.
the Nystagmus has got his hood up and he's kind of looking down now. That happened once. He got a little dizzy. He was like, "Whoa." Anybody want to speak up, or everyone just look at each other?
We also work for Lord Neverember, and we're here to check out the vessel.
I see. Do you mind if I preview your documents?
I'll hand it over.
She looks them over and she says, "Indeed, it seems you do have his ear. Of course, I think it would be prudent for me to show you your new vessel."
What?
Seems to me that you've arrived before she's complete, though. The ship was a special creation that was started some 6 weeks ago. Please, come aboard.
Do I sense anything odd going on here?
Yeah, you really sense something odd that you don't know anything about some flying ship that you guys are supposed to be getting. So that's what's odd. But do you sense that she's being evasive or not honest? Not naturally you don't. Are you using any kind of special magical abilities? No?
No.
You're just seeing if she's like got a twitch or something, like a tell? No, she
She's like
seems
trying to lure us up or trying to, not hide something.
well, give me did you roll your insight? Give me that insight. Let's see. Anybody else kind of get a funny feeling? Want to roll an insight or
Nystagmus gets a funny feeling from her, but a different kind.
Scuzzer's just in awe and he wants to check out the ship. Being a pirate and all. Wants to know what it can do.
That's it? Carl's the only one that's kind of curious? All right. An Ember. So no, you guys think this is kind of cool. I mean, you might be thinking, like, somebody gave you an extra scoop of ice cream. You know what I mean? Like, how come you only got 2 and I got 3? We only paid $4 a piece. What was that? Was she cute? What happened? Why didn't it happen? You know, you don't know why. As you guys go up on this ship, and it's true, she's about 3/4 of the way done. You know, she's not complete. There's still planks missing and things open. But when you get on board, the vessel seems to be made out of some kind of very, very dense, dark wood. So it's got like an ebony look to it. The 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 main part of the ship, there's very little seams that you can see. It looks like the planks have been sanded so smooth that you can't even make out hardly any seam, just like a line where all the planks have gone together on the hull. And it's almost like a shiny, like a piano key black. But there's dust and dirt on it because it's under construction. But you can see that once it gets all opened up and cleaned up, that it's going to be almost mirror black. It's 3 decks, the ship is, and then there's like a looks like a control station or something on the top, like a fly deck on a ship, on a fishing ship, on a fishing boat. You know, like there's a fly deck. It looks like it has a fly deck on it. And behind that is a mast that looks like the sail is going to open like a peacock. You know, like this. The way the sails open, and you can see down through the ship. There's a section of the ship that opens up, and these sails come up from the lower deck through the top deck, and then fold out into the peacock shape. And they're working on the sails, and they got one of them up. The sail seems to be transparent, and have some kind of crisscross etchings in the middle of the sails, but you can see through the sails. And you can hear them. They sound like they go wobble, 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 like they're kind of firm when they're moving. But there's only a
The
couple of them up.
Hamburglar.
They're messing with them and working on them, lacing them up and kind of stuff. There's like on the main deck. There's in the front. There's a cabin. You can see windows that look over the flat deck of the main ship. It's like Voyage. There's a front high deck and a back high deck. And when you guys get on, you get onto that lower platform and you can look to the north. It looks like a cabin. And then to the south, there's 2 doors with little windows in them that go into the back. And then there's the hull that's open, and they're winching some stuff down in the hull. You can see some like sail parts and stuff that because they're working on it down into the hull. And
Does it look like the ships that were over Neverwinter?
the sails do. The sails have that look, but no, this isn't built the same way. This one looks more natural. Those look kind of mechanical. The ones you saw over, more so than these are. These are more natural looking, like a real wooden ship. It could pass for a ship if it wings were folded up. And you can tell that these all fold up. The wings on the sides are open, but now that you're looking, you like lean over and you can see that there's slits cut in the side of the ship where these would fold in and things would close off. So this is a water going ship as well as it is got these wings. So so what questions do you have from her?
How does this defend itself? Where are the weapons?
We haven't installed any of those yet. We'll be doing that on the latter part. There is rumors that we may have to fit her for cannons. She's like, I don't wish to dirty up the vessel with such loud things.
Well, what's your preferred method then?
Usually, when we build these vessels, they're built for speed.
What are the capabilities?
The specs on this one, we determined that she'll be about 30% faster than most of the other vessels of her kind. She also is being outfitted, and she kind of points to the mesh, right? A type of light dispersal that we have a spell that turns her invisible.
I see the crew floating along.
No, all those inside the mesh are invisible as well.
What are
When
the
is she
wings for?
scheduled for completion?
We're to deliver her to Neverwinter in 10 days, so 20 days. But we think we might be ahead of schedule.
She had said that the construction started 6 weeks ago.
It did.
Now, what's the timeline for us? Like, were we working for Neverember 6 weeks ago?
Yeah, because you guys had like a month downtime, didn't you? Do stuff.
That's right.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah. So about you're figuring around this, same time frame that all this started happening. Stuff started happening. You kind of do you ask any detailed questions more?
Yeah, I want to ask her what the wings are for.
She tells you this vessel is designed to travel through the astral sea as well as the ocean.
So the astral sea meaning flying?
She does have the ability to fly within a sphere, yes. Yes, she can fly above the earth. She says it more human-like.
Yeah, I'm just a dumb pirate.
Yeah.
Layman's terms.
He's not a pirate, really. He's just kidding.
Are you familiar with the Nautiloids or the other ships that used by the Illithids that do the same thing?
I have talking with our Gith advisor a few times, and he has mentioned a vessel has crashed not far from here.
Gith advisor.
Oh,
We know that's what they're called, right? From the one we interrogated,
what the
or
species?
from my studies.
Well, yeah, you met the Gith. Remember you talked to him. You even sent them away with
robes.
agreements that they'll report to their leaders that you guys let them return and all that kind of stuff. You didn't kill them. I think you even gave them all the cloaks, except for one.
Except one.
Yeah. So, do you want to? She says, "Do you wish to speak with?" We call him Thorn, our Gith advisor.
Probably.
Well, yeah, Emberwood. Yes, I would like to speak with him if he has time.
I'm sure for you guys he does. He probably has some specific questions for you since you've arrived early.
Yeah, we were in the neighborhood, so thought we'd drop by.
She says,
Yeah, we should probably tell somebody about the zombies down south.
"Yeah, I don't think you guys are too worried about that." She says, and now you guys are moving through what would be sleeping quarters, right? Instead of the captain's quarters, is usually a big chunk of either the front or the back of the ship. In this case, it's the back of the ship. There's 6 mini studio compartments. They're about 10 feet wide and 15 feet deep. And there's a bed, there's a wardrobe, there's a desk, there's a little
Nice.
porthole.
Wi-Fi.
The bed flips up, and it's for
Murphy bed.
with some more storage and stuff. So there's 6 of those rooms, and there's little nameplates. And one of the workers says, "Do we put your names on these?" So you each are going to get your own
Sure.
room on your own ship that you're going to finish building for a future endeavor in the astral sea. So this is a ship that you guys are going to be given when it's completed for traveling to the astral sea, because you guys will be meeting with the Gith on a plan that involves more than Toril. However, you won't get those details until later. But you can start thinking about how you want the ship laid out and what do you want it to do and what kind of weapons you might want to put on her. Help me think on stuff like that.
Plasma guns, plasma lasers.
Now,
Photon torpedoes.
A big American flag on the top.
Now the ship it could be done in as little as 10 days if it wasn't equipped with any weapons. But if you guys want to armor, she's going to slow down to just 20% faster than the other ones. So still pretty quick. But
So
you'll have some
do we want to?
medium type of weapons on it. Now, if you want to make it even more armor, you're going to slow it down even more. Because she's more designed as a quick ship. Like smaller in profile, like a sloop would be. But you can arm it. It just takes away some speed.
We've already got Krell and Scuzzer. I don't think we need more weapons, do we?
No, and I mean, you know, we stand a whole lot better chance if we need to take a vessel, getting to it quick and getting on board. Or if there's too many vessels, like they say in Krell's family, we get the flock out of there.
Now, this vessel is going to have the ability to submerge completely. And anybody on the vessel,
Back up again, or is it just a one-time?
just one time, it just sinks to the bottom. Like, what was the movie with the submarine that went down?
Good
Open
point.
up all the windows.
No,
All vessels can submerge.
The abyss.
it will be able to maintain a bubble, is how it's explained to you. Underwater. So you'll still be able to talk and breathe in the air bubble.
Nystagmus is visibly disappointed by this.
He's like, I won't be underwater? Yeah, so everyone's still dry. They call it a dry bubble. But
And
that's
how-
not scheduled to be performed by the Witch of the Waves for 9 days.
How sturdy is this bubble? If you were to rise underneath another ship, would it capsize the other ship?
No. No, the bubble's flexible, so it just maintains air. So the air would just get, pushed out of the way. It might deform the bubble a little, but the ships would crash together. You could force an air bubble on somebody, though. You'd be like, "Ha! You're breathing air now, bitches! Die, fishes, die!" I don't
Watch
know,
the sharks flop on the deck.
right? So give it some thought on this ship. Now, this is way down the line, so don't give it like a ton of thought. I just wanted to throw something out at you that you're going to get later on. I think it's going to be cool. It could be available while you guys are running around doing your stuff, but 10 days in D&D times is halfway across the map. You know what I mean? So we'll see. At least the minimum of 10 days. Like the rock bones, if you guys wanted it to do some kind of mission or something in 10 days, maybe you could have access to it. So just remember that. It won't be complete. It won't have weapons and all that jazz. But all right. So as we fade out of Call from the Deep, the party has a flash of future ahead of them, something they didn't even know about. I'm sure they've got a question or two, but bits and pieces
Yes.
are falling together because they know there's a Gith advisor that's helping them with the ship, and they get the impression that since they're the baller adventurers, that they get to get a new ship eventually. It's like having 1701-B. When you pull up an A, you're like, oh, this is cool. So any questions before we get the flock out of here?
No, it's all good.
Sounds like
man.
a good place to stop.
Yep.
It's a perfect place to
What-
stop.
kind of wondering what never member, never ember, and these.
I gave up. I just call it never.
They know.
Remember. It's easier
They
to
know
say.
something. If they're preparing for this, they know something that.
Oh, there's
Sounds to me
something
like
coming.
they already went back.
Oh, there's
The
something
gift
coming.
know.
Your players have no clue what's coming. I mean, there's something coming, and it's system wide, not planet, not count. It's system wide. Somebody destroyed a nanoloid, and it crashed here. Who do you think destroyed the nanoloid?
I figured the Gith.
You hope the Gith, right? You suspect the Gith because there was a Gith on the ship that you guys killed.
Yeah,
Right.
unfortunate.
He looked dangerous. I would have killed him. I mean, come on.
Yeah, we didn't know who he was.
I don't know if anyone knew who he was. I would have killed him.
It was the first
Dead.
time we saw him.
Oh, look, we drug our feet long enough, we get raided. All right. I was going to raid Rob, but it's 11 o'clock. What's up, Rob? What's up, everybody? We are finishing up Call from the Deep. They just found out that they're going to have some outer space exploration coming up. But before that, I believe that they're going to be heading north to Orlumber next week and talk to the Witch of the Waves, right? I think that's your next little stop on the voyage. And then where are you guys off to after that? I think I know.
Go find out what we don't know.
You're going to either go back to Neverwinter, or you're going to go to the only spot that you really need to look into is the Nilanther, where you guys are getting rumors is where the Black Armada is regrouping.
Well, that's where we're going to go send, notifications that there's a big party going on up there in Roaring Shore.
Are you guys going to like hire some shuttle buses or something? Start shuttling undead out to them. Come on, guys.
Big Black Armada party going on up there. By the way, it just costs some black ice to get in, that's all.
Well,
Now,
there's
would
also
that guy that we know that we can communicate with, would he have any interest in this development?
What guy you can communicate with?
The one,
Jarlaxle.
the spy lord, yeah.
Jarlaxle.
Would Jarlaxle have information? Want information? Or Jarlaxle wants information about everything. What are you going to tell him?
I don't want to tell him nothing about this.
Jarlaxle's a dangerous individual. I mean,
He'll try to take our ship.
yeah. I mean,
No,
he might want that ship.
Roaring stuff.
The
Black
dead
ice?
zombies.
The army of undead in that city.
Well, I say we tell Mother Claus and she can go down there and take care of him.
I kind of don't want to tell anybody because that means that all
They're
those
tied up.
pirates and undead have just canceled each other out down there.
Yeah.
Leave him
Kinda
at a
like-
stalemate.
Kind of like going to vote when your spouse is in the other party, It's like, why even go?
Right? Just negate it. Just negate each other.
There was one other thing that we didn't do, and that was that we found in the Raven's belongings that note that said, "Visit Aisha at and the Golden Arms."
At
which is-
Daggerford.
Yeah, at Daggerford.
Uh,
She is making headway with the Duchess Morwen.
And Daggerford is way up near,
Just south of Waterdeep.
just south
Yeah,
of
we
Waterdeep.
stopped there
so-
first.
Yeah, we didn't stop. We kept going south. We talked about stopping, but we didn't because we talked about the
Yeah,
ship
no,
couldn't get up the
You guys
river
did
there.
go here. I didn't. I remember reading this, but I don't remember running it. So no, you guys haven't been to Goldar Arms, which you guys know is a private army of veterans.
Now, speaking of veterans, now that we know the answer to that question, we can go back and let that woman know why her veterans weren't coming, her mercenaries weren't coming, and that we fixed it. Get our reward for that.
Well, that's in Neverwinter.
Yep.
She was the dock master, right?
Yeah, she's the harbor master. Yeah, Scuzzer doesn't really like her. That's who you got busted by. That's who you were hiding from. So when you have conversations, you're like, I'm not talking to her.
Don't like her too much.
She doesn't take care of the Justice Department, though, so. So yeah, what am I planning on? Are you guys going to Neverwinter or going to?
There's no sense in going to Orlumbor if they're taking care of having this ship built anyway.
Unless we can
Always
have
have
2 ships.
2 ships that go underwater.
Which one is our captain going to captain? Or who's going to captain the new ship?
Stagmus.
Well, you guys know that that place is also under the protection of Mother Claus. So there's not going to be any pirates there. Or there shouldn't be. Or they dealt with the dragon that... So that's what you know about Orlumber. It's a... another ship kind of place. This one is a... more of a Casco kind of merchant ship sailing back and forth, you know, trade.
Costco.
But it's a ship exchange, you know, where one ship is unloaded and another ship is loaded into smaller ships kind of thing to go different places. Transfer point, a depot.
So should we go to Orlumber?
But there's also the where the witch the witch of the waves lives. So if you wanted to talk to her for any reason. And you got Daggerford, Neverwinter, or you guys can start exploring the Lanthanter heading down south. Because you're almost down that way. Baldur's Gate's just south of you guys. Now, you do know that you guys have the ability to teleport from Baldur's Gate to Neverwinter and back.
How's that again?
You have Harper's contacts in Baldur's Gate and
Oh,
Harper's
yeah.
contacts in Neverwinter.
Yeah,
And they have
Waterdeep, Neverwinter, and Baldur's
teleportation.
Gate.
And you think you guys could get transportation if you wanted it.
Or we could also transport to Waterdeep and then take the tradeway down to Daggerford. Go by land while the ships are being built.
You could. I don't know if you could sail to Daggerford or not. No, I think that.
Yeah, is that river deep enough?
I
No,
don't
we
think
talked
that,
about that. That's
yeah, I
why
don't
we
think
had to
that
stop.
river was deep enough. Yeah, it's not. It's like waterfally and stuff. It's not saleable.
Yeah, we couldn't go upriver.
maybe kayaking or whatever, but
Well, I don't see why we wouldn't just leave this ship here, go by horse out to the Tradeway and north to Daggerford, and then back.
well, the ship would be the fastest way to get back up there to Daggerford or outside of
So
Daggerford.
just sail to there and then what? Walk inland?
Yeah, I
That was
guess.
one of the plans.
I mean, I think you're maybe sail to Waterdeep and then get horses and ride down to Daggerford. I don't know. Half a difference one way or the other time wise. I mean, what do you get? 2 people that can fly? Can anybody cast fly?
There's 3 of us that can fly. I can fly 4 hours.
You got a scroll of fly.
The other question is, I mean, do we even care what's going on with this note from the Raven? It's not like I don't think Jarlaxle asked us to look into it for him or anything.
You guys really haven't talked to him.
We still got the, sending stone. We could always ask him.
That would be kind of cool.
See if he'll give us, a reward for checking it out for him.
He's always
Yeah, we
willing
should do
to.
that.
He's always willing to give you rewards. He likes giving rewards.
He's easy to work with. I can tell you that.
Of course, as long as you do what I like, easy to get along with. Sometimes what I like is what you like. He's like, this is Jaraxel, how can I help you? How does it work? 25 words or something? I don't remember.
That's message. I don't know about a sending stone.
I think sending stone casts message basically. I've got it in my inventory. I have to check it. Yeah, 25 words.
Word away. What do you want to ask him? You guys want to do that next week?
Yeah.
Think on it?
Yeah.
I think so.
Give it some thought. We can figure out where to pick up next week. I do have a couple of courses that you guys want to go on, but if you don't give me a set direction, I will be winging a lot of it. So
We're close to Daggerford.
immediate
if we need to go to
direction.
yeah.
You guys want to head north? Maybe go by Orlumber and check that place out, heading north.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
then
I say we go to
think
Orlumber,
Waterdeep.
hit Waterdeep, take some horses down to Daggerford, and see what the hell's going on down there.
Yeah, I think when you get to on your way north, you'll contact Jaraxel and talk to him about Daggerford and see if he wants you to explore it, if it's worth your time, if he knows anything. Maybe those are some of the questions that you can ask him. You know, what do you know of the whatever her name is, the Goldar arms out of Daggerford, and try to get some direction if it's worth. If not, you can go to Waterdeep, and then you can travel anywhere you want from Waterdeep if you wanted to teleport. Well,
So we can go up to Neverwinter.
Yeah, you could teleport to Neverwinter and go talk to Lord Nevermember if you want, and find out directions. You're probably going to go, why don't you tell us about the ship? What's going on? What are we doing?
Yeah.
I'm kind of
Give
sure.
him a fist bump for the new ship.
Yeah. But there are some, I think you guys are probably due for at least some kind of communication with the higher ups.
Yeah, probably time to check in.
The Lord's Alliance, aka, is
Yep.
who you guys are dealing with. All right, cool. That's where we're going to stop next week. I appreciate everyone sticking around, watching Drake Takes Call from the Deep. We'll get you guys next week. Say goodbye, everybody.
Bye, everybody.
Bye, everybody.
Bye, everybody.